Sunday lights, game day's here. Dr. Delay is live, let's hear that cheer. In the north, the grind runs deep. Steelers wave the black and gold, no sleep. Bengals roar and Browns ignite. Ravens fly under primetime lights. Jets take flight, Bills bring fire. Dolphins dive, Pats don't tire. From New York snow to Miami heat, delay calls every play so sweet. Titans thunder, Texans burn. Jags on the rise with every turn. Colts stampede on Sunday stage. Every snap fuels the rage. Broncos ride, the Raiders roll. Chiefs keep climbing toward the goal. Chargers spark the Cali sky. Dr. Delay's mic is riding high. Under the Sunday lights, fans go wild, we stream all night. Every down, every fight, Dr. Delay is live under Sunday lights. Black and gold, we bleed that pride. Steel City hearts electrified. Terrible towels in the air tonight. Pittsburgh's power under Sunday light. Here we go. Packers frozen, Lions roar. Vikings and Bears want one more score. From Lambeau chills to soldier fights. Delays calling through the nights. Eagles fly, the Giants stand tall. Cowboys charge, Redskins ball. Sunday buzzing, fans online. NFL chaos, it's game time. Falcons fly and Bucks set sail. Saints march on, Panthers wail. From Atlanta down to the Bay, we bring the noise every play. Niners grind and Seahawks soar. Cardinals reload, Rams one more. From Cali sun to desert nights, Dr. Delay's voice lights up the fight. Under the Sunday lights, fans go wild, we stream all night. Every down, every fight, Dr. Delay is live under Sunday lights. Hey, hey, game day's here. Dr. Delay is live, loud and clear. Hey, hey, game day's here. Dr. Delay is live, loud and clear. Here we go. Steelers. Here we go.
All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition, of course, Dr. Delay calling football games. I, of course, am Dr. Delay, and we've got some Monday Night Football for you as the 3-5-1 Dallas Cowboys take on the 2-7 Las Vegas Raiders. It still seems really weird for me to say that. I'm used to the Oakland Raiders, but I don't know. I guess I'm just a boomer. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Appreciate the compliments on the song. Some people might think it's corny. I don't know. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, as you can see, the Cowboys are a 3.5-point favorite tonight. They have a 59% chance to win according to ESPN analytics and all that stuff. So we'll see how it goes tonight. Of course, the Raiders have not been great this season. But we'll start off with the visiting Cowboys. Of course, they open up with the Philadelphia. Game 1 of the season, losing 24-20. They beat the they beat the Giants 40-37. Pardon me. They lost to the Bears 31-14. Tied the Packers 40-40. Beat the Jets 37-22. Lost to the Panthers 30-27. Beat the Commies 44-22. Lost to the Broncos 44-24, and then lost last week. No, pardon me, 2 weeks ago. Also on Monday Night Football, we covered that one on the channel. 27-17. So, yeah, they need a win to get back on track. As for the Raiders, they're looking to kind of save their season here because they have just been it's been rough for the Raiders. They are 2-7. They open up the season with a surprising win at New England, 20-13. Lost to the Chargers 20-9. Lost to the Commies 41-24. Lost to the Bears 25-24. Lost to the Colts 40-6. beat the Titans 20-10, lost to the Chiefs 31-0, lost to the Jaguars in overtime 30-29. We actually covered that one as well on the channel. I think we've covered more on that in a sec. And then, of course, they lost to the Broncos on Thursday Night Football 10-7. So they're looking again to a loss here pretty much ends their season. They're looking to keep it going. You could say, yeah, it's already over, but if they run the table, hey, 10-7, that could get you in the playoffs. But believe it or not, 9-8 won't this year. 9-8's been acceptable, I guess, the last few years. I don't think 9-8's going to get you in. So, Chatura's pulling for the Cowboys. Of course, True Raider, you're the man as always. You're pulling for the Raiders. I know it. Appreciate it, Mr. George. Thank you. I love it too, man. I really appreciate that. .1 Million's pulling for the Raiders. And then we have the Cowboys are going to cook. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. They've been cooking themselves, if anything. We are about 5 or so minutes away from kickoff, so we'll just go over and look at what happened this past week on Thursday Night Football. We had the Patriots over the Jets, 27-14. A little fun fact here, again, two losses for the Patriots. They're 9-2, which is very impressive, very surprising. I think most of us are surprised with that. And the Patriots lost to the Raiders and the Steelers. So, very interesting there. Of course, the Steelers beat the Bengals 34-12. The Dolphins over the Commies 16-13. The Panthers over the Falcons 30-27. 44-32 was the score in Buffalo. That seemed like a great game. Bills kind of pulling away at the end over the Buccaneers. Texans over the Titans 16-13. Bears over the Vikings 19-17. Packers over the Giants 27-20. Jaguars 35. Chargers 6. Rams 21, Seahawks 19, and that's despite Sam Darnold throwing 9 interceptions. That tells you, again, I think the Seahawks team is legit. I really believe that. Niners all over the Cardinals, 41-22. Ravens over the Browns, 23-16. Shador made his debut. He did not look good. We'll see if he plays this week. I believe he's going to be playing the Raiders if Gabriel's not able to clear concussion protocol. I may do that one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it looks this Sunday. And then the Broncos over the Chiefs, 22-19. I was definitely wrong on that one. And the Eagles over the Lions, 16-9. And again, look at the standings here. Of course, the Patriots again cruising 9-2. They're leading their division. The Bills 7-3. Dolphins and the Jets not looking so great. Dolphins still technically alive. Jets are pretty much done at 2-8. Pittsburgh, of course, clinging on to the AFC North 6-4. The Ravens have won 4 in a row. They're one of the hottest teams in the NFL. They're 5-5. 3-7 for the Bengals, 2-8 for the Browns. Not looking too great. Falcons lost. Yeah, they're not good. They had a good lead yesterday. Yeah, I know. They were leading the whole game. Hey, Dr. Lane, just want to stop in and show some. Appreciate it, Laney. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. I didn't think there was a game tonight. Now that I've checked, I see I was this guy. Okay. Yeah, no, we still have a game. Cowboys and Raiders are professional franchises. Yep, they are. I don't know. Do you really think the Steelers would beat the Cowboys or the Raiders right now? I don't think so. The Colts, of course, leading in their division 8-2. Jaguars 6-4. Texans have kind of came back from the dead. They're 5-5, and the Titans 1-9. They are, I mean, they are bad. In the AFC West, the biggest surprise again, the Broncos. Another big surprise. I'd say the biggest because I think everyone that's leading in the AFC is pretty much a surprise. Maybe the Steelers. That's the least surprising team, which is kind of a surprise. But yeah, the Broncos 9-2, Chargers 7-4, Chiefs 5-5, Raiders 2-7. Like I said, I don't think 9-8 gets you into the playoffs. So the Raiders, they got to get it going tonight. They need to win and get some wins. Start stacking those wins. For the NFC, of course, you Cowboys fans waiting for that. The Eagles 8-2. They are just running away with the NFC East. Cowboys, I mean, they are the biggest threat, I guess, to that. But they are still quite far back, as they are 3-5-1. The Commies 3-8. Again, I don't know. In the NFC, yeah, I would say 10-7 is probably going to get you in. So 9-8 ain't going to do it. So I would say the Commies are probably already done. Giants 2-9. In the NFC North, the Bears, again, another surprise. The NFL this year, I think, is very weak. I don't think there's really many great teams. The Bears 7-3, Packers 6-3-1, Lions 6-4, Vikings 4-6. In the NFC South, the Buccaneers leading 6-4, but the Panthers are right there, right behind the Buccaneers. Again, another surprise, 6-5. Falcons 3-7, Saints 2-8. And in the NFC West, probably the best division of football this year. Rams 8-2, Seahawks 7-3, Niners 7-4, and the Cardinals 3-7. As again, we're still waiting for all this stuff here to start. Steelers couldn't beat 3 eggs and this guy. Cool Water says, how's it going? Dr. Lay, my dude, how's it going, man? You doing all right? Yo, I don't know. I'm bad. I'm corny. So how's it going, man? Good to see you. Cool Water Swish 227. I should say 227. That was a yoke, or was it this guy? Yeah. Okay, Trisk. All right, let's see what else we got here. What's up? How's it going, Orioles fan? Good to see you. What's the score? We got 0-0. We have yet to start. Cool Water Swish really happy with his Bears. I can't wait for a Florida Super Bowl. I bet if you're going to the game, heck yeah. Also, again, I think it is nice. I think outdoor Super Bowls are great. So, like, if they're in Tampa Bay, like in Raymond James, I like that. And I guess San Francisco's also an outdoor stadium as well. Al's pulling for the Cowboys as we are underway here in Las Vegas. Fields it at the 10. He's at the 15, the 20, the 25, and brought down to the 26. So we'll do the playoff picture a little bit later. None of these teams are currently in it. No offense if you're a fan of the teams, but you got to start winning, and you got to start winning tonight. Dr. Lay, do you know who I am? You should. Should I? I don't know. I just recognize the. Oh, it's RC. That's right. Yeah, I'm sorry. The handle. Bucks versus Jags Super Bowl of Florida. That would be interesting. All right, 1st and 10 at the 26 as Prescott hands it off up the middle. He's leaning forward and is brought down for a gain of 2. That was Javonte Williams on the carry. He's had a pretty nice year so far. One of the bright spots for the Cowboys. Cowboys offense, again, they are really the bright spot of the team. Their defense, it's the same old when it comes to all that. All right, 2nd and 8, ball at the 28 in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver to the left. Prescott takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. He's trying to find a hole. He does, crossing the 30 and brought down around the 32. Let's go, Cowboys like the Cowboys. Oh, yeah, RC. We need to beat the Bears on Sunday. Oh, yeah, we do. Very interesting again. Don't know how the quarterback situation is going to look for the Steelers or the Browns. Very, again, interesting stuff happening in the AFC North. 3rd and 4, Prescott in the shotgun. They need to get to the 36 for Brandy's into downs. They're at the 32 as Prescott lifts the leg, takes the snap, drops back, steps up, looking. Now he's moving to his right as Prescott, keeping his eyes downfield, throws, and it is almost intercepted. Pass intended, I believe, for Tolbert. But there is a flag, so we'll have to see what the call on the field is. Been rediscovered, yeah. I heard Texas, Alabama only have a 20% chance for playoffs. Texas, yeah, I don't know. I don't think Texas would get in. That is going to be holding on the offense, holding on the offense. It's going to be declined. So the Cowboys, 3 and out, so they will have to punt. Not too sure the returner. I have covered the Raiders twice, but I am still kind of unfamiliar with some of the names. Trey Tucker, the punt returner. Brian Anger looking to put some anger in this punt, being called on so early. As Tucker fields at the 25, makes a nice move at the 30, and he is just cracked at the 31-yard line. Return of 7 yards, and that's where the Raiders will begin their drive. Dr. D, how you doing? Let's go, Rebels. I'm doing all right, David. It's very sorry. The UNLV, I don't know what's been happening with them. But, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they have a shot at the group of 5 or no? Texas is out. Yeah, I don't think they're going to. I don't know. It's a tough one because, again, they lost to Ohio State. You don't really want to penalize them for scheduling that game. That's why, I don't know. It's a tough one. But, yeah, they don't look any good, especially after the blowout They should not be in it at all. 1st and 10 at the 31 as Smith rolling to his left, fires over the middle. It is caught at the 45, and Bowers is tackled at the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 18 and a first down for the Raiders. On the first 29 seconds, yeah. No bueno. And Bowers, again, one of the best in the business as far as being a young tight end. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Ball at their own 49. Smith is under center. Receivers to each side. Genty in the backfield in his traditional pose as he gets the ball. And he is going backwards. Oh, man, poor Genty had nowhere to go. That is a loss of 1 on the play. As soon as he gets the ball, he's already trying to fight off a plethora of Cowboys. And again, the Raiders' offensive line has just been it's been terrible. The Cowboys lose. Are we finished for the postseason? No, but you really would have to start winning. You really would need to start winning after if you lose. Smith in the shotgun. I forgot to put the slow chat thing on. Dang it. Smith drops back, looking over the middle, fires to his left. It is caught by Tucker at the 48. And that's going to be a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7 for the Raiders. All I know is the Rebels would beat the Raiders. Okay, I don't know about that. Hey, non-toxic Bill. Thank you, Bill. I'm sorry about yesterday. There was a Bill that was just, he was being very toxic. So I timed him out. And, gave him another chance. I don't think he ever came back. So that's fine with me. I don't know what his deal was. Just, that was really weird. I apologize, Bill. I'm sorry about that. Smith drops back, looking over the middle, steps up, and breaking free throws. It's caught at the 46. Immediately tackled for a gain of 2. That was Marcelo Meyer. No, not Marcelo Meyer. That's a baseball player. Michael Meyer on the catch. Again, he's not a bad tight end either. The problem is that he's backing up one of the best in the business. Brock Bowers. Going to be 4th and 6. Will be interesting to see what they do here. Again, it's been kind of, everyone goes for it now, but they're not going to go for it. They're going to play field position. Probably the right call, and I agree with that call. Yeah, you can leave out the probably. It's the right call. So the Raiders ready to punt. As here is the punt. And that is going to bounce at the 5 and fielded at the 4 by the Raiders. Downed, I should say, not fielded. So the Cowboys will have to march the entire distance of the field, but we're going to wait about 2.5, 3 minutes for that because there's a commercial break. 0-0 is your score, 10:27 left to go in the first quarter. Let's see here what we got here. Dr. Texas team just not. No, yeah, only in small games. I agree. What are the Raiders doing here? They punted. Let's see, Doctor. It's John Cena's line. I know. I have to look at it. Refs who paid you. This guy. Field goal try. That'd be pretty bold there. 64-yard attempt right out the gate. I don't know about that. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure again to leave a like and of course subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So again, if you like what you're listening to, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel a lot. Really do appreciate you guys. Let me call the game for you guys tonight. Seth hates the Cowboys. Yeah, well, if you're an Eagles fan, that would make sense. Again, looking at the playoff picture, didn't really get to look at it. Eagles, of course, Seth's Eagles leading in that one. The Broncos, again, it's shocking. It's a very shocking NFL. I don't know why they have the Bills logo. I saw that last week. I'm like, I don't know why they have the old Bills logo there, but oh well. Again, these respective teams, they are definitely clinging on to a lot. As you can see, again, the win percentage. Now, again, the win playoff probability, that doesn't necessarily mean a thing. But the Cowboys definitely need to win. Raiders, it's still less than 1%. But again, if they were to run the table, they can get in at 10-7, 9-8. I don't think get you in this year in either conference. I think both conferences have. Again, I don't think there's a lot of great teams, but there's a lot of middle of the pack teams. and there's a lot of bad teams. So I think the difference between average and really bad or bad is huge for some reason. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense, but yeah. So I don't know if I'm by pair. I don't know if we have parity or not, but I mean, it seems like we do, but at the same time, it seems like we don't. It's really weird. Good evening. How's it going, Avery? Of course, I'm sure you're going to be pulling for the Cowboys. Avery, Cowboys fan. That was the first like. Appreciate it, Chatura. Thank you. I can only assume you're calling the Bears game. Yes. Steelers, Bears. I'll be doing that, Mr. Rob, so don't worry. Another Bears game. Ravens are coming for the division. Oh, I agree. As he hands it off up the middle. He's at the 5, at the 10. Still moving forward. Brought down close to the line of scrimmage. Couldn't tell you if he got it or not. They're going to mark him short. So a gain of 9. You told? Yeah, you did, Jerry. I was wrong. I said Chiefs by double digits, and I whiffed on that one. I whiffed on that one. Not whipped. I got whipped. 2nd and 1. The Cowboys are at the 13 as Prescott hands it off up the middle, and he's going to get the first down. Still moving to his feet, but the Raiders are there to stop him after a gain of 2 as he's brought down at the 15. That is a Cowboys first down. Raiders. How's it going, True Raider? You're the man, not me. I'm just a man. You are the man. Let's just pray the Chiefs don't make it. Yeah, I'm hoping they don't either. But you know it's going to happen. Big game for them this week. They got the Colts. Prescott under center, sending a man in motion. Prescott, play action. Drops back. He's got all day. Now he's under duress. Oh, and he fumbles the ball. There's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Raiders. It looked like he had all day. Then all of a sudden, Crosby came off his block and caused Prescott to panic and drop the ball. The Raiders will recover, and they will have a really good field position now. Crosby looks like it's a sack fumble. A sack fumble by Max Crosby. Oh, and it went off the hands of an offensive lineman, too. Oh, man, again, a game of inches. I mean, this is really a beautiful game. It really is. A game of inches. And the ball bounced the Raiders' way as it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the 15. Tom Brady's Raiders owner. Yeah, he also owns the Jets, the Bills, and the Dolphins. He owns a lot. He also owns the Steelers. I can't lie. He owned us for sure. Tom Brady. No, wait, I already read that. Denver has been insane. Love watching the Chiefs lose. I'm very shocked with the Broncos. I'm still not sold. I know it sounds crazy. I was wrong on them, but I still am not sold. But we'll see. I mean, again, that's why we play it out, and we'll see how the season will end altogether. As Smith is in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right to 1 receiver to the left. Smith. Silent count. Drops back. Looking over the middle. And he's under pressure. And down he goes. Sack. Kenny Clark. As the Cowboys answer with a sack of their own. That's got to be a little deflating for the Raiders. Seth liking it. Raiders, of course, really liking it. Cowboys going 3-6. Well, again, there's still plenty of time left. 2nd and 17. Ball at the 22. Drops back. Going to swing it out to his left. It's caught the 25. He's at the 20. And Genty gets close to the original line of scrimmage. Let's see where they mark it. I'm actually going to mark him a few yards shy. A few yards shy of that. So 3rd and 12 for the Raiders. Be really a shame if they had to settle for 3 here. Would be a huge shame. 3rd and 12. Smith in the shotgun. They're at the 17. They need to get to the 5 for a brand new set of downs. Trips to the right to 1 receiver to the left. Smith drops back. Looking. Fires over the middle. It is incomplete. He had Tucker in the end zone. Threw it behind him as Crosby looks on. He's like, I gave you the ball right there. And he just missed him. Get to see the angle that he's looking at. Ooh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, it's not a bad throw, to be honest with you. Had to throw it back shoulder there for him. Okay, that's a good throw. Just unfortunate that Tucker wasn't on the same page. This is a 35-yard attempt for Daniel Carlson from the left hash. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is up. It is good. And the Raiders open up the scoring 3-0. With 7:55 left to go here in the first quarter. They will step away. I, of course, will be right here. The money Dak is making is ludicrous. He's making a lot of money for sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would say he's overpaid for sure. I guess field goal. Yeah, here we go. Draven, good to see you. Geno Smith stinks. Thanks, Geno. Yeah, again, they showed the replay there, and you got to kind of see, because, you get to see the side. We all know what the traditional angle for football is, but then they, of course, had a camera right above it. You can kind of see he was well covered. So the throw, he was kind of like back-shouldering, trying to back-shoulder it, like kind of what Rodgers did in Green Bay for many years. But unfortunately for him, the throw was a little bit too far behind, and Tucker wasn't really looking for the ball until it was too late. But again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure again to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So again, if you like the style that I have here, which is more of a traditional radio style broadcast, make sure again to leave a like and of course subscribe. And of course, feel free to chat down below. I definitely try to read the comments as much as possible. The comments and the chat is a very big part of the channel. More action in the Eagles-Lions game? Yeah. Wow, a stop on buying a scratch off tomorrow. This guy. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of glad I didn't do it. I should have done it, but I didn't. So it is what it is. It's been a couple of weeks for me. Last game I watched y'all was Game 6, maybe, of the World Series. Oh, wow, yeah. Congrats on breaking 2K. Bummer I missed it. Oh, it's all good. I had a really good Saturday as I covered 3 college games. I ended up getting 120 subscribers from that day. That was the best day by far I've ever had. So hopefully many of those in the future for me. Hopefully, in the future when I get more of a following and more people tuned in, I don't have to work myself to death on Saturdays. I can just do 2. I still want to keep the NFL Sundays all day. But in the future, definitely would like to just do 1. But that's probably a few years from now. I still got to keep going. But we are definitely on the track for something special. As we're returning to Las Vegas, again, the Raiders leading 3-0 over the Cowboys. Again, a sack fumble set up the Raiders at the Cowboys 15, but they just couldn't punch it in. As Carlson is ready to kick things off to resume this one. Bouncing at the 15, fielded at the 10. He's at the 15, the 20. He's at the 25, the 30. And Turpin is trolled around there at the 32-yard line. That's where the Cowboys will start their drive. So, already their 3rd drive here. And, of course, they have only had 6 plays. Lamb and Pickens apparently weren't out there for the first series. That's interesting. I didn't even notice, to be honest. As it's going to be Prescott, 1st and 10. Williams to his side. Trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Prescott drops back, fires over the middle. It is caught at the 40 and brought down at the 44. That is George Pickens, the former Steeler. Gain of 13 yards. Just a slant, and looks like, yeah, they were really gonna. He was going there the whole way. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. Ball at the 42. Prescott under center, sending a man in motion. Prescott takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. He's at the 45, brought down at the 46. It's a gain of 4 for Javonte Williams. 5 carries, 21 yards for him. Apparently, Hold on. I don't know what I'm... Apparently I don't know, apparently we're not seeing a lot tonight of Lamb and Pickens on the same field at the same time. We'll see as that progresses. Prescott drops back, fires to the middle. It's caught at the 50. He's at the 45 and brought down at the 39. Who is this guy? I'm not too sure how you pronounce that. Lupke. We'll go Hunter Lupke with the catch, 15-yard gain. Cowboys moving faster at the 39. Prescott already snapping the ball, hands it off to Williams. Williams at the 35 and brought down at the 31. That's a gain of 8. And the Cowboys moving fast. Now they're kind of slowing down. So 2nd and 2. Ball at the 31. Oh, pardon me, 2nd and 3, ball at the 32 as Prescott's under center, sending a man in motion. Prescott drops back, looking to his left, fires. Oh, it's batted and almost intercepted. Oh, that would have been big trouble for the Cowboys. Again, they've already fumbled the ball deep in their own territory, and Prescott close to throwing it away again. Oh, it wasn't actually batted. I don't know if it slipped out of his hand or something. That's interesting. Anyway, it's 3rd and 3 for the Cowboys. Ball at the 32. They need to get to the 29 for a brand new set of downs. Prescott in the shotgun. Trips left, one receiver to the right. Prescott drops back, looking to his right. Now moving to his left. Prescott throws. It's away, way out of bounds. And the Raiders defense able to hold them to a potential 3. That would be about a 50-yard attempt. Pickens not happy about something. What else is new? This will be a 50-yard attempt from the right hash. Brandon Aubrey considered to be the best kicker in the NFL. Of course, I think the best kicker is in Pittsburgh. It's a snap, the hold, the kick. It is up. It is good. 3-3 is your score. 5:36 left to go here in the first quarter. They will step away. I, of course, will be right here. As I look to switch to ESPN instead of my local ABC. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe. Feel free, of course, to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many chatters, comments as I possibly can. I do have a poll. Feel free to vote on that. Who wins tonight? 67% of you have the Cowboys winning tonight. They're, again, 3-5-1. The Raiders, 33%, who, again, enter tonight's game at 2-7. Don't worry, how's it going? You're the man? No, you're the man. I am just a man. I'm just a jag. I'm just a guy. Just a guy. Again, I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me because, again, there's a lot of people calling the games, as you guys already know, so I really do appreciate you guys letting me call the game for you. Hopefully I do a good enough job, and again, for you to like and subscribe. It is free. I don't know if you knew that, but it is definitely free. Again, not much happening in the sports world tonight. I guess there's some NBA, and I know the Penguins don't play tonight, so I know the Penguins have really struggled a lot as of late. Did everyone fall asleep, or did I put on timeout? No, it's like sometimes it's random. Sometimes people want to chat, sometimes they don't, and that's okay. That's okay. It's up to me to be the performer. I don't know, I'm still new to this. I need to figure it out. Can't believe you said the best kicker is in Pittsburgh. I did. Chris Boswell, and Bos we trust. We have a whole saying for the guy. Dr. DeLay, you're the man. No, I'm not, but I appreciate it. I still think you're the man. And a true Raider's also the man. He's also the man. Yeah, you guys are all the man. And if you're a woman, then you are the woman. Bear down, says John Beard. All right, hey, we'll see this weekend. Very excited about that one. Of course, I'm hoping Rodgers plays. Oh man, I don't know. I hope he does. I don't really have much faith in Rudolph. I know a lot of people said he played well, and he did. He was fine. But do we really think he's going to win? Do we really think he's that great? No. We'll see. Again, the Steelers put up 14 points defensively in the second half. Fielded at the 5, the 10, the 15, the 20, 25, and that's where he's going to get tackled at the 27, actually. And that's where the Raiders will begin their drive. Arizona Wildcats football are looking good. To be honest, I don't even know what's happening in the Big 12. I need to look. But I will look very soon. Do they still have a shot at the Big 12? Because I know the Big 12 for now is like, I think it's BYU and Utah. 1st and 10 at the 27 as Smith fakes the toss, rolling to his right, fires. It's caught at the 30s, at the 35, the 40, the 45, and pushed out of bounds at the 46. That was Jack Beck. Jack Beck on the catch and run. Fakes the toss to Genty, and yeah, Beck was wide open. You're 1-0 calling Bears games. That is true. But I was 5-0 calling Packers games, and they eventually dropped. So, hey, you know, just because you're undefeated now might not stay the same. And I was 1-0 calling Steelers games. Now they're, well, of course, they're 6-4. 1st and 10. Gino, play action. Steps up, fires to his right. It's caught at the 40. And immediately hit out of bounds. Of course, he will have the first down. That is Brock Bowers with the catch. It's a big play there. I don't know if this thing just automatically froze or not, or maybe I'm now ahead. I like it when I'm ahead. I am ahead. Look at me go. Second catch of the day, 34 yards for him. Also Baylor. Baylor's it really Baylor? I didn't realize Baylor was in it. I'll have to look at that. 1st and 10 at the 38. Smith under center as he takes the snap. Play action, rolling to his right. Fires. It is caught at the 20. And once again, tackled immediately. But of course, he will have the first down. That is Thomas with the catch. Is this Ian Thomas? Yes, it is. Look at me go. Look at me go. I still know the players. I know the players. Look at me go. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. They're going to be inside the red zone. 2-0 calling Rebels. Really? I need to call the Rebels, I guess. In the shotgun for Smith. Smith takes a smack, fakes the pitch, looking over the middle. Checks it down, actually, to Genty. And that is a loss on the play. That's a loss of 3. Not really the play there. Going for the completion percentage, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Smith is 8 for 9 so far in the night. But very interesting play there. Checking in, Dr. Lay. Have a great stream. I'll be back dinner time. All right, have a good dinner. Miss Gina, thank you again for checking in. Appreciate you guys, as always. Again, I got great support. I really do appreciate you guys. 2nd and 14. Smith in the shotgun, ball at the 21. As Smith takes a snap, looking over the middle, fires. It is knocked out of the air, and it's incomplete. Pass intended for Tucker, who took a big hit. Couldn't hold on to it, and again, incomplete. Wow, that was perfect timing from the Cowboy defender. Two and 0, yeah. Well, we'll see. I don't know when the next time I'll be able to call him, but I'll look at it. 3rd and 14. Smith in the shotgun. They need to get to the 7.5 for a brand new set of downs. They're at the 21. Smith drops back, looking over the middle. And down he goes as the pocket collapsed quickly. That's a sack. That is another sack. I believe that's the Cowboys' 2nd sack of the day. And the Raiders will have to settle for 3. Texas Tech. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Texas Tech. I forgot about that. Yeah, Texas Tech. They are looking really good. Yeah, no, that's right. Texas Tech, BYU, Utah, Baylor. And again, this will be a 45-yard attempt from the right hash. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is up. It is good. Just snuck it in there. And the Raiders, another field goal. 6-3 with 2:02 left to go in the first quarter. They will step away. I, of course, will be right here. Arizona's mid. Baylor has just had a few good games, but it's not 500. Oh, man. Hey to all in the chat. Yep, appreciate it again, Miss Gina. If Rogers plays Sunday, he'll for sure receive a warm welcome. Oh, yeah. I look forward to that. Excited for that, for sure. Again, I will be home for Thursday night football, so Buffalo, Houston, and Houston kind of turning things around. They're 5-5, believe it or not, so that could be a much better game than most people would think. And, of course, again, I will be doing Steelers-Chicago. And the plan is to do all three games, all three windows that Sunday. So Steelers-Chicago, and then, of course, a game in the 3 o'clock. Probably not. I can already rule out pretty much Philly and Dallas. But the other three, I think, are up for grabs. And then, of course, Tampa Bay and Los Angeles. I'll be doing Sunday Night Football as I look to really, again, push this NFL stuff. And, of course, Monday Night Football, Carolina, San Francisco. That'll be the first Carolina game I have all year. I have yet to do. That's the only team I've yet to cover. So Utah 5-2 in the conference. Well, yeah, Texas Tech, they still have one more. They play 9, I believe, right? I think they play 9. Baylor, they're not that great. They're 3-4. Arizona, they're 4-3. They'll get a bowl, though. They're 7-3 in the bowl. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So, again, if you like the style that I have here, which is more of a traditional radio-style broadcast, make sure, again, to like and subscribe. What happened to Lamb and Pickens? I don't know. They were I guess, benched for one drive. I don't know, but that was weird. But they're back on the field now, or, whenever we do return to action, I'm assuming they'll be back on because they were on the last 2 drives. But, yeah, that was kind of weird that they were seemingly benched for the first 3 plays of the game, or at least that. I don't know. What's up, Chris? How's it going? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you for checking in. We got a bunch of field goals so far in Las Vegas. Fantasy recapped. I don't know what this is all about, but Bryce Young threw for 448 yards apparently against Atlanta. I did not know that, but congratulations to him. That is a franchise record. So not Cam Newton, not Jake Delhomme. Bryce Young has the single game passing record for the Panthers. Wow. Fielded at the 1. He's at the 5, the 10, the 15, the 20. This is Turpin at the 25. Still moving his feet, carrying a guy to the 32-yard line. Great return there by Kevontae Turpin. And again, next Monday, Panthers and the Niners. My first Panther game in the regular season, I should say. So looking forward to that one, as I'll complete all 32. Maybe I get everyone else twice. That'd be pretty cool. We'll see. All right, 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. Ball at the 32 as Prescott, play action. Looking, fires over the middle. It's caught. Pickens wide open at the 45 and brought down at the 50. That is a Dallas Cowboys first down. He was just chilling right there. There's no one around him. I'm assuming they were in zone. That's the only way. Yeah, they were definitely in zone. All right, 1st and 10 at the 50 as Prescott drops back, looking, moving to his right as Prescott. He's got some time, throws, it's caught at the 35, hit immediately. And again, another first down, another catch for George Pickens. 46 yards already on 3 catches as we're still in the first quarter. I wear the bots with a badge of honor. That means I'm in a certain percentage, but they are very annoying. I will never not like them. All right, 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. What do you think about that horrible pass interference call at the end of the Eagles game? I actually didn't watch that game. I heard about it as he hands it off up the middle. Crossing the 30, brought down at the 29. I kind of relaxed last night. Didn't watch. I should have. But I heard it was very controversial. Doesn't surprise me. Gain of 5 there for Malik Davis. Now it's 2nd and 5. Prescott under center. As he takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. This is at the 25, the 20, and brought down at the 18. That is Javonte Williams on the carry. Nice gain of 10 yards. And just like that, it's another Cowboys first down. And that is the end of the first quarter. The Raiders leading at the end of one, but the Cowboys in the red zone looking to at least tie it up. If you like field goals, this is the game for you. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So, again, if you like what you're listening to, make sure, again, to subscribe to the channel. As Avery likes the Cowboys. Didn't miss much. Yeah, from what I gathered, it wasn't the greatest game ever. For some reason, the primetime games as of late have been kind of stinkers, so I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, again, they're at least both teams are moving the ball here. Cowboys with 104 yards in the first quarter. That's pretty good. 66, not too bad. Well, could be a little bit better, but, they scored twice. So, yeah, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Don't think the Lions would have won either way, but even announcers were calling out the bad call. Yeah, the Eagles, again, there are certain teams that seem to get the calls, and that's what's, I think, really frustrating, it's just not right, but like I said, there's only so much that, as I look, my bad, checking on some things right here. But yeah, I don't know. It's just something. Hopefully it changes. I don't know if it will, but yeah, definitely need some changes in the officiating. Again, they need to be held responsible for the bad calls they make. That's the problem, is that they're not. I don't like all the review and stuff like that. I think that's stupid. But it's not good that refs and of course umpires, again, that they control the game with their calls. And, again, they should be compensated well, but they also should be, punished for bad calls and without pay, for sure. That's my stance on it. Doubt the Raiders get a Monday Night Football game next year after this terrible season. Well, I mean, they'll get a primetime game. I think they'll get Monday Night Football. Yeah, they'll be given one. The Raiders are still an iconic franchise, despite how it's been. But no, I think they'll get one, Mr. Green. That's right. I wanted to change the slow. I need to put it in slow mode. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. Ball at the 18. Prescott in the shotgun. He drops back, looking to his right, floats it to the end zone, and that one is caught. But he was out of bounds. Pickens with a great catch. Oh, my goodness. Again, Pickens. I mean, that is as great of a... Oh, my gosh. What a catch. His feet were out of bounds, but... Geez, Matty pulling for the Cowboys. Well, hey, they're close to at least tying it. I would say they can tie it on this drive. If they don't, well, something bad must have happened. 2nd and 10, Prescott in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers to the right as Prescott fakes the pitch, looking over the middle, fires to the middle. It is caught. Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys. C.D. Lamb wide open over the middle. I guess they forgot about number 88. They're worried about Pickens. But Lamb is the true wide receiver one of the Cowboys. So the Cowboys take the lead for the first time in this one. As we penned the extra point. Yeah, just right over the defender's head. Again, the defender not even close. Aubrey on to kick the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is up. It is good. Cowboys leading 10-6 with 14:51 left to go in the second quarter. Another commercial break, because why not? Let's see here. And there was a crazy tripping call on the Eagles when the receiver fell and rolled into the defender accidentally. Second time I've seen that this year. Really? Yeah, that's not good. I don't like CD. Well, hey, he's pretty good. I like CD. I have no problem with CD. Avery likes CD. Go Cowboys for my pick 'em. Yeah, I'll admit I did pick the Cowboys. Yeah, I really want to pick the Raiders, but I just can't. I can't. So, no, I am guilty there. I don't know if it'll show it here. Yep, there it is. I locked it in. I'm one of the 88%. I'm part of the big population. Hopefully I'm wrong, honestly. I'm just, not a Cowboys fan. No offense. I do live in Texas, folks. Former Pennsylvanian, born in Pennsylvania, moved to Texas, and I deal with harassment all the time from the Cowboys fans. So, yeah, it is a good feeling when the Cowboys lose because then they're quiet for a week. But then it's also good. So my take on the Cowboys is I don't want them to ever go 0-17 or like 4-13 or whatever. They have to make the playoffs. So they have to be so close. They have to like week 18, like they're fighting for that spot, and that's where I come in. It's like, oh man, if they if I want them to just have that chance to make the playoffs. And if they don't make it, great. But if they do make it, then they, oh yeah, how about them Cowboys? And then they lose first round. Everything's good in the world. And then, of course, again, I'm a Steelers fan. I'm aware we've become the new Cowboys, essentially, because we don't know how to win a playoff game. But yeah, no, I deal with it all the time. But to be honest, though, I mean, at least my friends, the Cowboys fans that are my friends, they're genuine good people. So they just happen to pull for the Cowboys. That's the problem. But it's all good. But I think also, again, when it comes to the Cowboys, at least people my age or a little bit older, the Cowboy fans, that they've become a little bit more realistic. They've become a little bit more tame. So they're not getting their hopes up as much, which is, it's good. But at the same time, it's like, well, I don't know. I guess I'm a little sadistic in that part, where I want them to have a little bit of hope. So that way it comes and crushes. It all comes crushing down in January. But yeah, that's where I stand. Again, I've been dealing with it for, I guess, 17 years now. Wow, it's been forever. Here is the kickoff field at the 10, the 15, the 20s, at the 25, the 30, and brought down at the 31. That's where the Raiders will begin their drive. Brother, been a minute. Hope all is well. Everything's all right. It's good to see you, Nick. Has it really been a while? I feel like I just saw you about last week. If it has been more than a week, well, my bad. I'm sorry. I guess I didn't notice, and I feel bad about that. I feel like I saw you, though, last week. But hopefully all is well with you, man. Denny pulling for the Raiders. The Raiders. Yeah. Again, they need Al Davis. They need an Al Davis figure back as Smith. Play action looking. He steps up in the pocket. Pump fakes. He's going to take off and run at the 35 and sliding down at the 38 is Geno Smith for a gain of 7. Positive gain there for the Raiders. The Wow Boys. This guy. 2nd and 3 coming up for the Raiders. Showing Pete Carroll on the sideline chewing his gum. Oldest head coach all time. Really, I didn't realize that. 2nd and 3 in the pistol for Smith as he hands it off up the middle. He's at the 40 and brought down at the 42. That is a first down for the Raiders. That was Raheem Mostert. He's been in the NFL for a while now. He's still going. He's still fast. He was known for his speed, and he's pretty good. 1996, last time the Cowboys played an NFC Championship game. Not good. Oh yeah. Yes, I am the reason they haven't made it. I was born in 96. I am the reason. I take very big pride in that. As Smith rolling to his left fires. It is tipped and incomplete. Didn't realize it was tipped until it kind of looked wonky there. Pass intended for Tucker. The Dallas Wow Boys. Was that ever used in media? Probably. I mean, it should be. Like the Dallas Morning News or something, you'd think. You saw me last week, just a few days without hearing you call a game. Feels like, oh, I got you. Yeah, no, again, hey, it's all good. I understand people have people have other things they can be doing, and if they or whatnot, life takes you away. As he hands it off up the middle, it's a delay at the 45. He's at the 50 and brought down around the 47-yard line. That is a first down for the Raiders. Again, I'm just entertainment, folks. You can turn me off at any time, but I do appreciate it, Nick. It is always a pleasure to have you on because he's very knowledgeable. He's very knowledgeable in the game. When we disagree, definitely still respect his takes for sure. Curse of the Doc. Yep, that is me. They beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl, and then I was born about 10 months later. And, yep, as Smith, under pressure, fires in the middle. Oh, and it's dropped by Genty. Oh, Genty wide open over the middle. He was going to get crunched, to be honest with you, after about a second, but he was as wide open as you are in the NFL. Incomplete. The curse ran. Yep. Now, like I said, it is. Soon as I came into existence, the Cowboys. So you got to kill me, Cowboys fans. If you want to know how to get back on top, you gotta kill me. Hopefully, it doesn't happen. Would be nice to see old age as it's 2nd and 10. Smith in the shotgun, drops back, heavy pressure. Smith trying to escape and he cannot. That's another sack. That is Quinnen Williams' first sack as a Cowboy. That's the 3rd sack of the game for the Cowboys. Again, the Raiders' offensive line has been atrocious tonight. I mean, it's really been that case all year. Every time. Again, I've only covered them twice, but I do remember that part, is that the Raiders' offensive line is pretty terrible. And now it's 3rd and forever as Smith is in the shotgun at the 45. Smith drops back, steps up, looking, pump fakes, runs into his own lineman, and it is incomplete. As pass intended for Genty. Again, he couldn't quite hold on to it. And now the Raiders will have to punt. They just now look all that great. After the Cowboys beat the Steelers Super Bowl 30, I asked the good Lord for a son, and I would happily for this guy. I'll never have the Cowboys. Yeah, apparently that was what you did. Didn't Neil O'Donnell throw? Yeah, no, he did. He was paid off for sure. Jerry Jones met with Neil O'Donnell and said, you see Larry Brown? That's going to be your number 1 receiver in the Super Bowl. As the Raiders are trying to punt, but I guess they're not because the clock is already at 0. So that's going to be a delay game. What the heck is that all about? Delay a game on the punt. Off of you, Doc. I was born weeks after Super Bowl 4. Then had to hear about how great we used to be for 25 years before Ben. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, That's why I don't really, I don't know. I do take joy, of course, in the Cowboys losing, but I don't really talk. I don't talk anymore. The Steelers don't. They're terrible. Fielding at the 6. He's at the 10, the 15, the 20. Brought down to 21. I understand how snobby that may seem. I know Nick is probably thinking, oh, well, look at the Steelers guy. The Cardinals, we're bad. Well, I get it. But again, the Steelers, they're supposed to be a team that consistently wins in the playoffs, and we're being held back by somebody that is getting away with 9-8 seasons and losing in the first round. And I think when it comes down to that, again, with the Steelers, I feel like it wouldn't be so bad if we were competitive in those games, if it back and forth the entire game, but it's just consistently that we're down by so much, and I think that's what the deflating feeling is. That's where the anger is. Like, man, we have no chance to win this game. It's the second quarter. It's already a 3-score game. I feel like that's where a lot of it. That's an underrated, I think, feeling of the Steelers are so bad because of that. You may as well put the 3-14 team in the playoffs because the Steelers, again, they're going to do this just as good. Neil O'Donnell is the best quarterback in Cowboys history. Yeah. He was the best quarterback for the Cowboys that game for sure. Old age isn't all it's cracked up to be. Just more bills and problems. Watching the Cardinals sucks. D-backs lose. Suns suck. Life sucks for the most miserable man in the world. Oh, Nick. Come on. No, I mean, I understand it's not all that great. I'm a young adult. I'm 28 years old. But, life is already stressing me out, as is. So I definitely am not ready, I guess, for the future, because I'm sure more and more stress and more of all that. Oh, man. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Folks, this is a growing sports channel, so make sure to be a part of it. Feel free, of course, to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. As you can see, we're chatting about, bad teams, good teams, life. Talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many comments as I can. Of course, again, the game takes priority, but the chat is a very big part of the channel, so don't be a stranger. Unless you want to be, that's okay. I won't hold it against you. But feel free to chat down below. Again, we're pretty chill for the most part, I would say. I would say we have a pretty... I would say I have a great community here. Honestly, you guys, again, are great. The subscribers I have here are pretty awesome. Really are. So we're back here in Las Vegas. Again, 10-6 is your score. Cowboys leading over the Raiders as they will have the ball at their own 21. Prescott is under center. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Prescott does his, here we go, hands it off up the middle, and Williams is thumped as he may have gone back to the line of scrimmage. I'm not too sure. Not much there at all. That was a Landon Roberts, the former Steeler. Why did we let him go? I have no idea. The Raiders signed him for less money than his replacement we signed, and he's not even as good. It made no sense, but it is what it is. That's a good linebacker, folks. So Landon Roberts. 2nd and 10 for the Cowboys. Ball at the 31. Oh, pardon me, the 21. Prescott drops back, looking, fires. It is caught at the 25. Pickens is pushed out of bounds, and he will have the first down. That is a brand new set of downs for the Cowboys. Any word on Rodgers' injury? No, nothing. I was looking. I thought he was, I don't know, it was like a sprain or something, I think. I don't know. Like a minor, like it was supposed to be like fractured or broke. I don't know. I haven't really heard anything. And I was looking on Twitter earlier. I didn't see anything about Rodgers. 1st and 10 at the 31. Prescott under center as he, play action, drops back, looking, dumps it off. Oh, what a catch. He's at the 25, the 30, the 35, and brought down at the 37. That's a hard-fought gain of 5. See the replay here. Oh, it's going to say that, yeah, the replay assist going to say it hit the ground. Doctor, you think we can beat the Bears even though no Rodgers? If we don't have Rodgers, I don't think so. Personally, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think if we have Rudolph, I don't think we're going to do well, personally. I hope I'm wrong. So that is nullified, the catch and run there. So it's 2nd and 10, ball at the 31. Prescott under center, sending a man in motion as Prescott drops back, looking over the middle, fires. It's caught at the 35 and slung down at the 38. That is George Pickens again. His 5th catch already, 64 yards. He is looking really good. Just enjoy life, Doc, because you blink and the next thing you know, you are 70. Man. Yeah, time is really moving fast. I mean, I said this yesterday, like 10 years ago, or a little over 10 years ago now, I was in high school. It doesn't feel like it was 10 years. Feels like it was the other day. 3rd and 4 at the 38. Prescott drops back, looking to his left, fires on the middle. It's caught at the 50 and brought down at the 48. That is C.D. Lamb, and that is a Cowboys first down. C.D. Lamb, 32 yards on 2 catches, and they are moving very well. Fracture wrist, non-throwing hand, though. Interesting. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cowboys as they're going to be in Raider territory. Prescott under center as he hands it off. Cuts inside at the 45. He's at the 40, breaking tackles and brought down at the 38. That's going to be close to a first down. Not quite a first down. That was Malik Davis with a gain of 9. I've seen a lot of Steeler fans that think you'd be better off with Rudolph as a starter. Yeah, no, I've seen them too. They are not okay. They must seek help. 2nd and 1, ball at the 38. Prescott is under center as he takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and he is still moving his feet and is brought down after a yard, maybe 2, and that is going to be a first down. Of course, again, I'm pulling for Rudolph, but I mean, he's not our best quarterback on the team. But definitely will rally behind him for sure. As the Cowboys get another first down, moving the ball, about 8:05 left to go here in the second quarter. Guess who's back? I'm going to assume it's you. 1st and 10. Prescott under center, play action. Drops back, fires up the middle. It is caught by CD at the 20. He's at the 15 and brought down at the 14. And the Cowboys are cooking on this drive. They are just moving the ball very well. Another Cowboy first down with 7:40 to go in the second quarter. They forget he had his chance already and didn't. Oh, no, he looked terrible in Tennessee. But to be fair, everyone looks terrible in Tennessee. In Rudolph, me trust. Yep, Denny likes Rudolph. In 2019, Duck Hodges was the better quarterback. I feel like he was treated unfairly. As Prescott sending a man in motion. Prescott takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. He's leading and is brought down at the line of scrimmage. Williams, no gain on the play. In the red zone. Yep, Cowboys are cooking. Yep, they are cooking. Raiders saying the defense. Let's go defense. Trying to rally the defense. The Raider defense right now, they are on their heels. 2nd and 10 for the Cowboys. Ball at the 14. They are at the Raider 14 in the shotgun as Prescott. Prescott takes the snap, looking over the middle. Checks it down to Williams. He cuts inside at the 15, and the Raider defense swarming to the ball as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. I guess they heard a true Raider, as that is 3rd and 10 coming up for the Cowboys. This is a smaller game, so they might have a chance. Yeah, maybe. The O-line played with a lot more confidence with Rudolph in the pocket as opposed to Rodgers, who has developed the happy feet. Yeah. I agree. That's a good take. That's a good take for sure. Rodgers is not trusting the O-line. Prescott in the shotgun. Trips to the right to one receiver to the left. They need to get to the 4 for a brand new set of downs. Prescott takes the snap, looking over the middle. Looking, dumps it off at the 10, and he is hit. Oh, still moving his feet and brought down at the 6. Lupke with the catch. And it's going to be 4th and 1. They're actually going to mark him at the 5. Oh, wow. They are going for it. Or at least for the moment. They have the offense on the field. They need a yard and a half. And it looks like there's going to be a timeout. Timeout, Dallas. So a commercial break coming up. 5:19 left to go here in the second quarter. It's a 4th and 1 opportunity for the Cowboys. Again, I guess they're going to talk it over. I'm not too sure. They're going to have to go for a field goal. You would go for it? I would take the points. Going up a touchdown, it's not the worst thing in the world, you know? Like, you got it great, but I don't know, even then, is it really the right call? I would take the points. All right, the offense still on the field. It's going to be 4th and 1. They need to get to the 4 for a brand new set of downs. As it strips to the right to one receiver to the left. Prescott takes the snap, looking over the middle, fires, it's caught! Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys! Wide open right over the middle. As Schottenheimer loves it, Jake Ferguson with the 5-yard catch. His first catch of the day, and it's a big one, as it gives the Cowboys a 2-score lead. They lead 16-6 pending the extra point. Prescott, his second touchdown of the day. As the snap, the hold, and something happened. It's going to be a false start on the Cowboys. Refs, you're getting your bonus, this guy. That'll back him up 5 for Aubrey. Most likely will make it anyway. Cowboys looking pretty good so far. As the Raiders, again, they are just doing some soul searching in 2-7. As there is the hold, the kick, and it is good. 17-6. 5:16 left to go here in the second quarter. Cowboys looking good. Raiders, not so much. Avery loves it. Avery pulling for the Cowboys. What are the odds? Oh, no, yeah, what's going to happen? Cowboys with 201 total yards. Again, their offense looking really good today. And, of course, it's looked good for all season, really. Raiders only at 80 yards. They need to start getting something going. Don't really blame Geno. Again, he hasn't really been great. He hasn't really been bad. But I'm just saying, would love to see some Kenny Pickett. You know, I have a soft spot for Kenny. I really do. I still think he didn't get the, I don't know, he didn't get a good shake there. But oh well. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure again to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So again, if you like what you're listening to, make sure again to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Do I need to make my... Hold on. Do I need to make myself smaller so you guys can feel that or see the whole field? I'm going to go ahead and do that. Can't quite see. It doesn't really line up. I would say that's pretty good. Yeah. I made myself a little bit smaller. And, of course, again, feel free to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like and try to respond to as many comments as I possibly can. Again, the chat is a very big part of the channel, so don't hesitate to chat down below. I really do try to read as many comments as I possibly can. So definitely appreciate that. Just going to go ahead and... Is the AFC West the toughest division in the NFL? I say it's the NFC West. I think the NFC West is very, very good. I think that's the best. That's just me. But yeah, that wouldn't be a wrong answer, though, if, you know, AFC West, I think that's pretty good. I think the problem right now is the Raiders. And, of course, you know, you say, well, what about the Cardinals in the NFC? But I don't know. I think the Cardinals, I mean, again, most of their losses are close. Now, the last 2 weeks, they've been getting blown out. But I think the Cardinals are a very solid team. Or I shouldn't say solid, but they will put up a fight when they show up. Raiders have laid over plenty of times, and I don't know. I'd like to see the Raiders back in the NFL lead as he fields it. He's at the 20, trying to reverse field. Doesn't really work out for him as he's brought down at the 22. As that is Christian McCaffrey's doppelganger, Dylan Lobby. You would say? Nick, I'm assuming you're agreeing with, yeah, the NFC West, yeah. It's pretty, it's a close one. It's a close one, yeah, either one. You can't really go wrong with either one of the West divisions, but I would lean NFC West. Chargers just got blown out by Jacksonville, yeah. First and 10 at the 22 as Smith is under center, sending a man in motion. That is Tucker. As Smith drops back, play action, looking, fires. It is caught at the 35 and brought down at the 38. Who is that? That is Brock Bowers. His third catch of the day as the Raiders need to get something going before the half. Dr. Lay, have you ever tried soccer commentary? It's going to happen soon. It's going to happen. I don't know when, but it's going to happen. All right, first and 10 for the Raiders. Ball at the 38. As Smith is under center, two receivers to the right, tight ends in tight. Smith takes the snap, play action, rolling to his right. It's a boot, throws. It is incomplete. A lot of contact. Tucker looking for the flag, but no flag to be given as it falls incomplete. Rams, Niners, Cardinals, Seahawks. Yep. Think you're right? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if you said AFC West, I really wouldn't fight you too much, but I would just say, well, I think the NFC West is a little bit better. They look pretty good. I think the Seahawks are the best team. I know they lost yesterday to the Rams, but I really think they're looking really good. Second and 10, Smith throws, and it is incomplete. Pass intended for Bowers. As Smith is shaking his head, he doesn't like it. Have you ever been to a soccer match? I mean, I've played in soccer. I played soccer back in my day. A professional soccer match? No, I have not. But I would know. I mean, I don't know how I would call it, but I know how to play it. It was pretty good. Pretty good back in the day, about, 70, 80 pounds ago. Third and 10 in the shotgun is Smith. Smith sending a man in motion. Smith drops back. They are sending the blitz. Throws. It's caught at the 45. And he's got the first down at the 50. Pushed out of bounds around the 48. That is Tyler Lockett. And that is a first down for the Raiders. Pass interference hit the guy before the ball. Yeah, he did, but it was close. It was bang, bang, Need Bowers to score. You need Bowers. Pulling for Bowers. I am playing against Dak Prescott tonight, so he's looking good already. But, oh well. Can't win them all. First and 10, Smith under center. As Smith takes the snap, and he... Play action. Looking. Dumps it off to Genty. He's at the 50, the 45, the 40. And that's where he's brought down after a gain of 7. Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Yeah, no, they are pretty good. Yeah, I keep up a little bit with them. I've never watched a match, but I know they are usually pretty solid. I think they're the USL or USL 1 or something like that. Second and 2, Smith in the shotgun. Smith drops back. Looking to his left, fires. It's caught by Genty. Cuts inside at the 35 and fighting forward to about the 31. That is a first down for the Raiders. As we're ticking under 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Again, the Cowboys leading 17-6. Raiders looking to get something going. Looks like they missed a face mask there. Wow. That was looking pretty obvious there on the replay. First and 10, ball at the 31. Smith sending a man in motion as he rolls to his left. Steps up, fires over the middle. It is tipped up the air, and it's intercepted. It's at the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30. Pushed out of bounds at the 32. Oh, that is a killer for the Raiders. Wow. As the Cowboys take it to the end zone, of course, to celebrate, because that is what everyone does now. What NCAA team do you think has the best atmosphere? Ooh, that's a good question. There's a lot of teams that have a really good atmosphere. Katie's saying, go Cowboys. Yeah, I bet you're pretty happy here, Katie. Cowboys currently in control of this one. Still plenty of time, but yeah, you might be a happy camper at the end of the night. They didn't have soccer when I went to school because it would have, because if they would have had it, I would have played. You would have played? Yeah, no, soccer's great. I love soccer. That was fun. I'm just, I can't play it now. They have alumni games in the league I used to play in. It was a local league, a youth league, and hadn't played there in 2 years. I haven't been invited back. I don't think they've had the alumni game in the last 2 years because I definitely would know about it. But I am so out of shape. But yeah, I could run for 90 minutes. That's crazy. You don't work out. It'll take a toll. Prescott drops back, looking over the middle. He heaves it deep down the right sideline, and he almost threw a pick. The Raider had it. But I guess that's why he plays defense, folks, as Prescott got lucky. Guys, don't jinx it. The Raiders might pull a crazy. Oh, well, yeah, I guess so. Hey, I'm just a commentator. Johnson Jr. couldn't quite hold on to it. 2nd and 10. Prescott in the shotgun. Prescott is going to hand it off up the middle, and Williams gets smacked almost immediately. The Raiders defense looking pretty good on that one. That's a loss of 1. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Cowboys leading 17-6. The Cowboys with the ball. 3rd and 11 coming up whenever we do return. Dr. Lay, if you get famous, you might be able to play a charity match. Yeah, I guess so, huh? Yeah, I would have to. If I knew in advance, I would prepare. I would work out every day. I'd work out every day and get the soccer. That's the thing. I know I wouldn't be able to remember like all the mechanics and all the technique or whatnot. That would be really frustrating. Whenever I do play tennis, it's frustrating because I know, like, man, I used to be good at this, and now I can't do anything. That's what's so frustrating. I can still hit a pretty good forehand. My serve is pretty good once I remember the motion, but, my backhand is terrible. Like, I used to have a really good backhand. My net game was amazing. Now, I'm afraid. It's like I'm afraid of the ball. I can't hit anything at the net anymore. That's very frustrating. That used to be my strongest part of my game. I was a serve and volley type. I would serve, power serve, usually something out wide, or, it didn't matter if even it was at the tee. I believed in my net ability, so I would charge the net, and now I can't. I do that. It's like a free point for them. It is what it is. It is what it is. Getting old and fat. I really need to. Man, I say that a lot now, but I really need to get something going. Off camera, I got to start working out. Again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So, again, if you like what you're listening to, make sure, again, to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Again, I do kind of a radio-style broadcast, so if that is something that you like, that's great, because that's what I do. So make sure, again, to subscribe. It is free to do so. Of course, again, feel free to chat down below, and I try to respond to as many comments. And, of course, vote in the poll, which right now 62% of you guys have the Cowboys winning 38% with the Raiders. So, and I would say that represents how the game has gone. It really has. Dr. Lay is almost at 2.13. Yeah. I don't know where specifically. I know I crossed that yesterday, 2.12. Yeah, no, Saturday was a great day. Again, I had a very successful day. All right, 3rd and 10 for the Cowboys. It's a long 10. So they need to get to the 41. They're at the 30, so it's 3rd and 11. Prescott drops back, fires it over the middle. It is incomplete. Oh, and there's a flag. Pass intended for Lamb, and there was a lot of pushing and shoving. Now there's another flag apparently in the backfield. This may be offsetting. Showing up by I don't know what happened in the backfield. Some pushing and shoving, and then there was a flop. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, so they're still not really sorting out the flags, I guess. I don't know what's going on. Pass interference, defense. That's one of them. Yeah, Holmes was all over him. 2 fouls. Both by the defense. Oh, well, it's going to be a first down. Yeah, so it's going to be an automatic first down for the Cowboys as it's pass interference. Your backhand is strong, my pimp. And this guy. Okay. I don't know what in the world Kuntz was doing there for the Raiders, but he I don't know what he was doing. Not smart, as it gives the Cowboys, well, again, it was pass interference anyway, but first down regardless for the Cowboys. They're going to be at the Raider 48. That was a horrible flop, yeah. I mean, it was kind of funny. Prescott under center as he sends a man in motion. Prescott hands it off up the middle. He's at the 45, the 40, cuts inside at the 35, cuts outside again, and brought down. Oh, the ball came loose. I don't think it was recovered in bounds anyway. It looks like the Cowboys recovered it regardless. They are going to say he was down. So even if the Cowboys did fumble it, the Raiders failed to recover it, which is embarrassing. Oh, he was clearly down. He should get flagged for the flop. That was something. All right, 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. 1:20 left to go. And wait, no, there's a timeout. So that is the second timeout for the Cowboys. As there's only 1:20 left to go. They are at the 32. Fumble, no fumble. There was a fumble, but it was after he was down, so it did not. Well, I guess yeah, there was no fumble. Happened after he was down. So another mini commercial here. Again, the Cowboys looking really good. Man, Raiders. What are you doing if you're the Raiders? It must be pretty tough to be a Raiders fan, especially if you have seen the good old days in the 70s, in the 80s, and then of course you had a really nice team in the early 2000s. That is unfortunate. 1st and 10 for Prescott in the shotgun, and there is a lot of movement there, and yep, there are the flags. So false start on the Cowboys. That'll back them up 5. So 1st and 15 coming up for the Cowboys. Again, they're leading 17-6. They are driving. They're at the Raider 37. As Prescott is in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right, sending a man in motion. Prescott, play action. Heavy pressure, steps up, fires on the middle. It's caught at the 25. Pickens turns outside. He's at the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys. Oh, my goodness. That was some of the most pathetic defense I've ever seen. Pickens, not exactly the most agile guy in the world. He's athletic, but not exactly known for his shiftiness, as those were some of the widest cuts I've ever seen. But the Raiders, I guess everyone was flat-footed, as there is a flag. Oh my goodness, the Cowboys are now up 3 scores. And we're only in the second quarter. Ruling on the field's a touchdown after the play. Unsportsmanlike. Offense number 3. So the touchdown will stand. Pickens just cuts outside, cuts inside, and again, I don't know. That is pretty bad defense, in my opinion. All right, well, 23-6 as we're just waiting for the extra point at this point. This will be a 48-yard extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick, it is up, and it is good. 24-6. There's another flag, because why not? Why would there not be another flag? I don't know what happened. Now the referee's mic just cut out. No idea. Looks like it's on the Raiders. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. Georgia just posted victory highlights. Texas barbecue. Yeah, that's tough. This is going to get ugly quick in the second half. I mean, it's already gotten ugly at this point. It's already gotten ugly at this point. Man. Mark Davis, hire me, man. I will gladly take over as GM, and I'll fix the Raiders. Offsides, defense. So all that after 4 and offsides? Brad Allen, you're a bum. He's also a terrible ref. Brad Allen is terrible. He's one of those refs that I think is like influencing games for sure. 24-6. The only influence on this one is the Cowboys imposing their will on the Raiders. And the Raiders, they don't know what they're doing. 1:10 left to go in the second quarter. Personal foul. No, it was just an offsides. I don't know why they were waiting for about a minute and a half there to get the call. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So, again, if you like what you're listening to, make sure, again, to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. And that is pretty much it. I don't really have much else to say. Again, I know there's a lot of people calling the games tonight. So much appreciated that you guys are here with me. Because, yeah, I know there's a lot of people out there. Oh, I see the problem. Interesting. Huh. Well. Well, that it is what it is. Okay. All right. But anyway, so yeah, that is pretty much it. I don't really have much else to say. Again, feel free to chat down below, talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many comments as I possibly can. And yeah, the Cowboys are looking much better than the Raiders. Now, again, I don't know. Again, I don't think it would matter. The team stinks, but I definitely do want to see Kenny. I do want to see Kenny Pickett. I do. I know I'm one of the few Steeler fans that like Kenny Pickett, but yeah, definitely would be pretty cool. How you doing tonight, my friend? I'm doing all right. It's good to see you, Scott. I bet you're pretty happy about the Cowboys. Looking pretty good tonight against the Raiders. Let's go Cowboys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they look good. The Raiders do not. They do not. That's another thing. Maybe I don't want Kenny to come in because the offensive line looks terrible. It looks pretty bad. Wow. Yeah, again, like a cutback there by Pickens, but was it really the greatest? No. Field at the 5. Is at the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, and brought down at the 30. That is Dylan Labe with the return, as they'll have about a minute 05 to kind of move down the field here. Pardon me. All right, so 1st and 10 for the Raiders. I don't know. I'm assuming Smith is in the game. Actually, I don't know. All right, Smith is in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. As Smith drops back, looking over the middle, dumps it off. This is Mostert, and he is pushed out of bounds at the 34-yard line. So only 58 seconds left to go for the Raiders as they look to try to make it a 2-score game at least before the half. Doing very well tonight. That's good to hear. As Smith is in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Smith steps up, fires. It is almost intercepted. A diving attempt there by the by the corner. Oh, man, it was a great effort there, but there is a flag. Holding on the defense, and that is going to be an automatic first down. Pass intended for Tyler Lockett. Cowboys defender was all over Tucker. I don't know what he was doing. He was asking for a penalty. First and 10 at the 44. Smith drops back, looking, moving to his right as Smith throws, and it is caught at the 40, and he is pile drived in the ground at the 35-yard line. That is, again, Tucker with the catch, and that is a Raiders first down. They will use their first timeout here with 38 seconds as the Raiders looking to get something going. Cowboys acquired Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson at the trade deadline. Of course, they have Malik Hooker, Overshown, and Ravel Jr., I guess, returning from injury. So the Cowboys defense getting some key pieces back. Logan Wilson or whatever, I think that was his name. He clearly did not have a Cowboys jersey on in that graphic. That was pretty bad. As it's first and 10 here for the Raiders, they're looking again to make this a 2-score game. Smith is in the shotgun, 2 receiver. No, make it trips to the left, tight end in tight to the right. Smith takes a snap, looking, fires in the middle. It is caught at the 30, and Bowers is dropped at the 28, and the Raiders will take their second timeout with 34 seconds left to go. Wilson there on the tackle, the former Bengal. Cowboys again trying to keep themselves in the playoff hunt. Can they do it? Maybe. I mean, a win tonight keeps them, of course, in that conversation. They'll be, I'm assuming, about a game and a half back, right? I can't remember. 6, 7, and 4. Well, they'd be 4 and 5 and 1. So maybe, but what is that? That's 2.5 back. That is unfortunate. You can see again, even with the win, they'll be at 6%. A loss, they're at 1%. Raiders, again, they are clinging to their postseason hopes. A win doesn't really move the needle, but it keeps them alive for the moment as Smith drops back, looking, fires down the right sideline, overthrown, incomplete. Pass intended for Meyer. And that makes it 3rd and 3 coming up for the Raiders. So 3rd and 3 coming up for the Raiders. They're at the 28. A field goal here would be, I mean, it would be good. Of course, it makes it a 2-score game, but man, you start to question if they'll even punch it in the end zone. Smith in the shotgun, sending a man in motion. Trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Smith, it's a screen to Mostert. Mostert cuts inside, and he is tackled at the 25. That is good enough for a Raiders first down, and the Raiders will take their last timeout. 23 seconds left to go in the half. Raiders will receive the second half kickoff. At least there's that to look forward to. If you're able to score here, you can potentially score when you come out of half. Makes the game look more manageable. Smith in the shotgun. Trips left to 1 receiver to the right, ball at the 25. As Smith takes the snap, looking over the middle. Heavy pressure, he gets rid of it. And they're going to say it's a fumble. Recovered by Mostert. Now they're going to say it's an incomplete pass. And this may be intentional grounding because there's no one there. Smith drops back and the right tackle was beat, and then the left tackle was beat as well. No flag. They're not going to give him intentional grounding, even though there is a great case for that. They need a touchdown here for some motivation going to half. Yeah, they really need something. All right, 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. No intentional grounding. That is very shocking. Smith in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers to the right. Smith drops back, looking over the middle, firing to his right, and no one is there. Incomplete, and there's a flag. As this half will continue. Already an hour and a half here on the half. Like, what the heck? Offside on the defense. So 2nd and 5 coming up as this half continues to drag on. I mean, I don't know what. There was a lot of miscommunication there. Again, Lockett, the intended target, he was pointing like he wanted it, but Smith throws it like he's running an out route. That's the problem. 2nd and 5 at the 20 in the shotgun. Smith drops back, looking over the middle. Moving to his left, just jumps, throws it out of bounds. Incomplete. I don't know what in the world Smith is doing now at this point. As it's going to be 3rd and 5, only 8 seconds left in. You got to throw it to the end zone or out of bounds. I guess that's why, but man. Couldn't believe the Chiefs yesterday were complaining about the penalties when they have had it called their way for years. Turnaround finally happening where Patrick doesn't get roughing the passer. Yeah, it is. That is very annoying. It's like they're just ignorant of that, I guess, as there's going to be a timeout for the Cowboys. I mean, as this half will continue even more. I feel like, okay, they're going to throw it to the end zone or the sideline, folks. But we just felt like we needed to remind you. And it gives the Raiders more time to call a play. But yeah, that is, I guess, not surprising. Coming from the Chiefs, taking advantage of all the penalties that have gone their way. That seems about right. As it's 3rd and 5, Smith in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Smith takes the snap, drops back, fires to the end zone. It is knocked away, incomplete. It's going to be 4th down, and the Raiders will have to settle for 3. Bowers trying to one-hand it there. Throws a little bit behind. I think we're going for the number 1 pick. Yeah. The Titans might have you beat there, but yeah. 38-yard attempt for Daniel Carlson. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is up. It is good. And that is the end of the first half. The Cowboys are just controlling this game 24-9. The Raiders, of course, will have the ball to begin the second half. So, again, the Raiders can potentially double up. I guess they'd rather more than double there. You wouldn't want a field goal. But yeah, this one, again, it's pretty one-sided for now. All right, again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, folks. This is what I do. I call games. So, again, if you like what you're listening to, make sure, again, to like and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you guys. And, of course, again, feel free to chat down below and talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many people as I can. Apparently, this is the 5th game trailing by double digits at halftime. That's actually tied for the most this year with the Panthers. And the Panthers are 6-5. Wow. So the Panthers, I guess, are still the Panthers, but man. Again, the Lions with the loss last night. Currently, if the playoffs ended today, they'd be out. Of course, again, the Niners have played an extra game. I'd like to see the I don't know. I'd like to see the ESPN playoff picture. I don't think we have that. Let me actually see what we got here. ESPN playoff predictor 2025. I should do NFL. They have one for college. That's fun. Playoff machine. I do this almost, I mean, not every year, but like I used to do this a lot as a kid. So again, even if the Cowboys were to win, nothing would really change. Raiders, of course. We're going to say the Cowboys hold on. Raiders players are letting Davis know they want to change. No effort. Yeah, Mark Davis to me, not a great owner. He is just not it. So yeah, I would not be surprised. They need to go back to I don't know where I can put my face here. Let me just go ahead and hide my face real quick. And then we're going to hide the ticker. But, yeah, I mean, I completely... Now, let me actually put the face back. Let me just make it smaller. So, anyway. But, yeah, no, they need to go back to Oakland. They need to get their identity back. Saudi Arabian Snyderverse incoming. Everyone hide. What in the world are you talking about? The Snyderverse? I mean, I know about the Snyderverse as far as DC. That's a little interesting there. The Snyderverse for Saudi Arabia. All right, let's say, I don't know. Let's go with the favorites. Now let's just go with the Bills winning. How will the playoff picture look? I'm going to pick the Chiefs over the Colts, by the way. I'm just going to go with how I think the NFL will go next week. Actually, let's make it interesting. Bears beating the Steelers. Let's go Bengals over the Patriots. Call me crazy. I think it happens. Seahawks, Packers over the Vikings. Lions over the Giants. Jaguars over the Cardinals are due, but Jaguars came off a convincing win. I think the Cardinals are going to win tomorrow or next Sunday. Give me the Raiders over the Browns. No, give me the Browns over the Raiders. Let's see. Let me go with the Falcons, Eagles, Rams, and the Niners. Not much changes. Steelers would still be. So the Steelers are ahead of the Chiefs somehow. I don't know how. Is it conference record? I don't know why they would be ahead. So Steelers would be ahead of Jacksonville, Kansas City. Interesting. Even if they lose next week, they're still probably in the playoff. Now, of course, again, if Jacksonville were to win, then Steelers are out. And Jacksonville leapfrogs Los Angeles. I don't know. Interesting stuff there. If you guys want to play with that, it's playoff. I guess they're calling it the playoff machine now. Okay, that's interesting. Oh. Anyway, yeah, that was just me looking at that. I don't know. I just felt like it was pretty cool to look at that stuff. Let me go ahead and change my face here. I would say it's pretty close. I think it might be a little bit off, but that's okay. I heard a good idea. Instead of firing coaches every 3 years, the owners have to sell the team after 7 years if you don't make the playoffs in that span, because the owners get rich and there is no, I'm assuming, no incentive to win. That's a great idea, to be honest with you. 7 years to not make the playoffs. Man. Oh, that's a tough one. Man. I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, that's fair. Punishment for losing, they just keep making money. Yeah. I don't know. There's the part of me that's like, no, they made the investment, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, if you have owners that don't care, it's not really fair to the fans that do. Goes by division wins and head-to-head match. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I think the Steelers have a pretty good conference record. I think that might be it. Or am I tripping? I'm tripping. I know they lost one of them to the Packers. Well, yeah, no, maybe they don't really have a great conference record. I know the Chiefs, apparently, they're 0-5 against teams currently in the playoff picture. That is interesting. Now, again, 2 of those victories were against the Lions, who are not in the playoff picture. So that's kind of, do we really think the Lions are not going to make the playoffs? I mean, they're probably going to make it. And then, of course, the Ravens, that was without Lamar half the game, but I don't know. You'd run out of people that could afford to buy teams, unfortunately. I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess there aren't really that many. I mean, there are a lot of billionaires. But I don't know. 7 years is a long time. I think that is a fair. I mean, all you got to do is make. They're not asking you to win. We're not asking you to win a playoff game. We're asking you to make the playoffs. I think that's pretty fair. I would move it to 8 just for the so you can play every division twice in that span. Maybe there's some weaker divisions that you don't get to take advantage of. I don't know. But I would move it to 8. But yeah, I think that's a perfectly fair. That's fair. If you don't win, if you don't make the playoffs, now again, this is NFL. Baseball, a little bit different. Can't really do that because of the large payroll disparity there. But yeah, no, I think that's not bad. I would move it to 8. But other than that, yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I don't know what I'm looking at now for halftime. Is this the Canadian Cup? The Canadian Grey Cup. Yeah, I don't really know much about this. The Rough Riders over the Alouettes, 25-17 yesterday, and I'm not really much of a Canadian guy. Let's see. Hello, everyone. How's it going? It's going. It is going. It is a blowout. But, oh well, What can you do? What can you do, folks, other than just call the game in front of you? That's all you can do. I feel like I haven't really called many close games recently, and it's kind of tough. I mean, all day Saturday, despite Saturday being a great day for the channel, no close games. Sunday, yesterday, Steelers ended up kind of blowing them out, but again, it was kind of a close game for the most part. Other than the 2 defensive touchdowns, it really was close. And then, of course, the Seahawks game was not the Seahawks game, the Cardinals 49ers game was a blowout. And, of course, this one's leaning to be a blowout. So, man, what in the world? And then the game I'm calling tomorrow is probably going to be a blowout, too. I'm doing Massachusetts versus Ohio tomorrow. That is a 33.5-point spread. So, oh, man, not really a good week as far as games. But, again, a good week for the channel. But, man, would love to see some close games here. The Dallas Cowboys. Crazy stuff. I guarantee this Saturday, this games will be close. I hope so. Now, I am seeing some things, Trisk, based on how it's looking right now for tonight, that I don't think we're going to get the same success on the channel that we did last Saturday on this Saturday. So I might have to be conservative and call CBS Sports Network games, which is a bummer. Which is a big bummer. So, hey, Chris, and yeah, blowouts can get boring. Yeah, it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating. I'm going to go ahead and restart the Hulu app here. I now have Hulu Live TV. And for some reason, I don't really have the best quality. I don't have HD quality, so I don't know. If that doesn't shape up here, I'm going to go back to YouTube TV. Now, I do like Hulu because I can watch more than just ESPN Plus, so I can cover more basketball stuff. Like, I'll have the ACC network. Like, if I wanted to watch the ACC network X or whatever, I can watch the game. I can't do that on ESPN Plus for some reason, but I can do it through Hulu. So Hulu long term is better, but right now I don't like that the quality is so poor. I checked the settings, like my YouTube TV was fine. Like all the quality is great except for Hulu TV. So Hulu TV, thumbs down on the quality. It looks like I'm watching TV from 2002. What was the over-under tonight? This guy, I know you really care about it. closed at 48.5. So we're on track to crush it. Cardinals have $15 million in salary. Oh, wow, a lot of stuff happening here. Lost of a bunch. Oh, hold on. Let me start over. Cardinals have $15 million in salary. Lost a bunch of running backs and quarterbacks and did nothing to replace them or make trades to get something in draft capital. Bidwills are cheap. Bengals are cheap. Yep, they are. They are cheap. I told you to do the Denver Chiefs yesterday. That was a close game. Yeah, but again, the problem is, again, if everyone calls that game, which a lot of people did, then I'm not going to really have much of an audience. So that's how it works. And as you can see, again, it's a little bit less tonight because, again, everyone's calling the game. So I would love to call those games, but unfortunately, in order to build the channel, I have to think outside the box. I can't just follow everybody. I think on track, I'm tracking maybe for 1.3K views total. As you can see, again, Niners, Cardinals got me 3.2. And I can kind of show you. Now, again, the channel's kind of grown since the start of the year. But whenever I was doing the games that were the popular games in the afternoon, I really wasn't getting much. I didn't really get any growth. Eagles, again, Chiefs, 398 total. I got another Monday night game, 713 total. Another primetime game, 730. So, again, I'm very fortunate the channel's grown. But I do have to protect the channel. Again, another game that everyone called Lions-Packers. I mean, I got killed. So, again, since I'm still a small channel, I have to think differently and approach it differently week to week. So that is the strategy on how I'm kind of accelerating the growth a little faster than I normally would. So, unfortunately, can't do that. So that's why I said the Cowboys-Eagles game is pretty much the game I think most people will be calling, because really that afternoon slate this weekend is not that great, or this upcoming weekend. Again, Cleveland, Las Vegas, Jacksonville, Arizona, Philly, Dallas, Atlanta, New Orleans. Not really great games. I'm just going to assume everyone's going to call Philly and Dallas because that is going to be the featured game. As there is the kickoff, and we are back underway in the second half. It's at the 10 to 20, 25-30, and brought down at the 32. As we are ready for some more football. Maybe the Raiders can get something going. Boo Disney, yeah. Just stopped in to give you a thumbs up. Appreciate it, bud. Thank you again for tuning in. Who is Texas playing Saturday because they have to win? I can check for you after this drive. Here. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. As they are at the 32. Smith is under center. Tight ends in tight. Smith pitches to Genty. Genty trying to turn the corner and is pushed out of bounds for a loss of 3. Genty just hasn't been able to get anything going tonight. So you can see 3 carries, 7 yards for the number 1 first round draft pick, I should say, not the number 1 draft. Well, I guess the number 1 draft pick for the Raiders, but yeah, first pick for the Raiders this year. Just can't get it going. He just can't get it going because their O-line is just not good. 2nd and 13, Smith in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Smith drops back looking, fires. It is caught at the 34. Lockett is at the 35, brought down to the 37. That is, again, Tyler Lockett, longtime Seahawk. His 2nd catch of the night. So 3rd and 6 for the Raiders. Chip Kelly, first season as the Raiders offensive coordinator. It's definitely offensive to watch. Smith in the shotgun. Trips to the right to 1 receiver to the left. I can't speak anymore. They need to get to the 42 for a brand new... what am I doing? Smith fires. It is dropped. Or knocked away, I should say, by Bland. Let me reset. I'm going to reset here, folks. I'm good. All right, that was a rough drive for me. Won't happen again. Going to start slowing things down a little bit to help me out. All right, well, it's going to be 3 and out for the Raiders. They will have to punt. Looks like Cole is back to punt as it is away. That is going to bounce at the 12 and roll into the... Oh, did it go in? Yeah, it did roll into the end zone for a touchback. All right, 13:26 left to go here in the third quarter. Cowboys again leading 24-9. All right, let's see what's going on this weekend for college football. Again, I will be covering Massachusetts and Ohio. It's at 32.5. That is the spread. That is what's happening tomorrow. For Saturday, it looks like Texas. I don't see Texas. They may have off. Yeah, it looks like Texas is off, so they do not play this Saturday. As far as games I'll do, again, it really depends. Right now I'm seeing that I might not be able to do the big games like I was doing this past Saturday. So I might have to go back to your, Tulsa Army game and stuff like that. But we'll see. I'll be monitoring it closely throughout the week. Jacksonville State, Florida International. New Mexico and Air Force. Then Utah, Fresno State. Yeah, that's not ideal. If I am able to cover big games, Miami and Virginia Tech, maybe a decent one. I don't know. And then we have, Texas plays Arkansas. Okay, I guess I missed that. So Texas hosting Arkansas. That should be a win for them, you would think. You would think. Pittsburgh at Georgia Tech, would love to cover that one. But again, I don't know. Based on what I'm seeing, I don't think that'll happen, sadly. Go Tulsa, go Army. Yeah. Yeah, it would be. Honestly, it shouldn't be a bad game. Army's not bad. Tulsa also not bad as well. But, it won't get the views like the other ones would. But again, if there's the illegal streams, then I have no chance. And surprisingly, again, there's illegal streams on tonight. And that's what's kind of shocking. That's what's not giving me much hope. It's like, we got YouTube TV back. We don't need to worry about it. That is insane to me. Yeah, that is just ridiculous. We're going to start off with a handoff up the middle, and he gets to the 25, returning late apparently, so not able to get the full play there. So gain of 6 for Javonte Williams. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Cowboys. Again, they are just cruising away. 24-9 is your score. Ball at the 26. Prescott he was under center. Now he's going to be in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers to the right. Prescott drops back, pump fakes, moving to his left is Prescott, fires, it is caught at the 26, Pickens spinning around, still on his feet, and gets the first down. George Pickens breaking tackles, and again, getting another Cowboys first down. I like Wake Forest for football and basketball. I thought you liked Arizona. Arizona. Got to go, doctor. Hope everyone has a great night. Well, have a good night, Chris. Take care. Yeah, this game, and then, of course, my performance tonight. Not the greatest, but it is what it is. We go back tomorrow, or we'll be back tomorrow for sure. 1st and 10, Prescott hands it off up the middle. This is Williams. Williams moving his feet, and he's brought down at the 33. That is a gain of 2 for Javonte Williams. He's at 62 yards already. I'm expecting a lot of Javonte Williams this half, as I expect them to just chew the clock. Second and 8 for the Cowboys. Ball at the 33. Prescott in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. As Prescott drops back, looking over the middle, dumps it off. It's caught at the 33, cuts inside at the 35, and brought down at the 37. I believe that is Ferguson with the catch, his second of the night. as it's 3rd and 4. They'll need to get to the 41 for a brand new set of downs. Prescott in the shotgun, trips left, one receiver to the right. As Prescott takes a snap, looking over the middle, fires, it's caught at the 40. Pickens reversing field. He's still not even at the 45 yet. Now he is. He's at the 50. Still moving at the 45, diving at the 39. George Pickens just wouldn't go down. We're actually going to mark him out at the 42, but that was a heck of an effort by George Pickens. Gain of 21 yards. Wow. And his athleticism, his ability was never the question mark in Pittsburgh. 1st and 10 at the 42. Prescott under center as he, rolling to his left, dumps it off. It's caught at the 40. It's at the 35. Breaking a tackle and brought down at the 30. And the lack of tackling is definitely apparent for the Raiders. I do like U of Arizona, but enjoy watching other schools. Gotcha. Receiving tonight, both Lamb and Pickens with 11 catches, 182 and 2 touchdowns. That is combined, by the way. Everyone else, 6 catches, 45 yards. 1st and 10 at the 30. Prescott is under center. As he takes a snap, hands it off to Williams. Williams is at the 30, moving his feet, and is brought down at the 25 for a gain of 5. Williams now at 68. Again, I expect him to get over 100 as Pickens comes back on the field. Again, if you're just tuning in, 24-9, Cowboys leading over the Raiders with 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. This is a one-sided game, and the Cowboys looking to make it even more of a one-sided game as they are driving in Raiders territory. Prescott under center, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. As Prescott hands it off up the middle, he's moving his legs still crossing the 20, brought down at the 19. That is Malik Davis with the carry. And again, they're showing off the playoff picture. I've done it plenty of times tonight. Of course, the Cowboys, they're still in the hunt, technically. Again, they only have 5 losses, so that is a good thing. Vikings 4-6, Panthers 6-5, Lions 6-4. They are still in the hunt. 1st and 10 as Prescott rolling to his left. He's jogging, checks it down, and that's going to be a loss on the play. Caught by Ferguson. Nothing doing for the Cowboys there. Tackled by Snowden. 2nd and 10 for the Cowboys. Actually going to give him back to the line of scrimmage. That is a generous spot. Prescott. It's in the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Prescott drops back, looking, fires. It's caught by Pickens. He's at the 10, the 5, extending down to the 2. And Prescott saying, hey, let's go. Let's keep it going. May as well. The Cowboys are playing very loose here. 1st and goal at the 3, hands it off down the left side, trying to get in, and the Raider defense contains him for the moment. That's a gain of a yard. That was Malik Davis on the carry. As Pete Carroll looks on, and he does not look happy. The Raiders just look... They've mailed it in. 2nd and goal at the 2. Prescott is under center, receiver to left, receiver to the right. Prescott sending a man in motion. Prescott, play action, looking, fires. It is caught. Touchdown, Dallas Cowboys. And I think that's going to do it for my fantasy night for sure. Prescott now with 4 touchdowns as the Cowboys lead 30-9, as this is a rout. Ryan Flournoy with the catch. Pretty much a zig route. Cutting in, then you're cutting out. (30-9) as we penned the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick. It is up. It is good. 31-9. Cowboys blowing out the Raiders with 6:19 left to go in the third quarter. Man. Let me actually check just to confirm, but I'm pretty sure I have been done for tonight. I am up by 1, so he just needs 1 more point, and I'm cooked. Oh, jeez. Maybe I win the other games. No, not winning that one. There was this one that maybe... I need 7.5 more points. Cowboys defense, Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett, you need a touchdown, buddy. What the heck kind of ad is that? All right. Anyway, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So, again, if you like what you're listening to, make sure, again, to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. Looks like I'll be moving on to 163 on the year. Again, should be a little bit better, but it is what it is. Not the best year for me. But can't get them all right. That 3-11 week is a killer. That is a huge dent in that. Man. But yeah, Prescott looking really good tonight. The Raiders defense just looking terrible. Now, again, will you see a quarterback change? I don't know. Is it really all on Geno? No, but, would be nice to see. Kenny, need Bowers and Genty touch. I hope they can score in garbage time. You would think they will. I mean, you would think so, right? Maybe. I don't know. I'm starting to question that. This is a flat-out domination. I mean, we're still in the third quarter. The Cowboys, they really wanted to press the issue. They could probably put up 50 if they really want to. I didn't realize they put up 21 points in the second quarter. Jeez. Yeah, if you're a Raiders fan, I don't know where you go. Like, what do you do? What do you do? I mean, like, what is Tom Brady doing? He's part owner. This is, if he's a competitor still, and I imagine he is, this is bothering him. This is atrocious. I can tell you what, they need better O-linemen. They need to go after some O-line next year for sure. Field of the 10, he's at the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30. Lowering the shoulder at the 35, still moving his legs as he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Really nice return there, really nice effort. As here come on the Cowboy defense, Quinnen Williams again. His debut for the Cowboys really good. 1.5 sacks, 5 quarterback hits, 3 pressures. This is great. That's actually his best game all season, statistically. Smith is still in the game for the moment as it's 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Smith in the pistol, trips left, 1 receiver to the right. As Smith drops back, looking, it's going to swing it out to his left, caught at the 30, he's at the 35, the 40, and brought down at the 43 for a gain of 5. You fired Chip Kelly first. There we go. Yeah, Chip Kelly, just not a... It's kind of like his brother, not really a people person. Kind of a know-it-all. Thinks he's better than a lot, everyone else. So that's not really ideal to have. unless you're just amazing. But he's not, definitely not amazing. As Smith, it's going to be a little bubble screen. It's caught by Meyer. He's at the 45 and close to the first down. Are they going to give it to him? They may. It looks like they're actually going to give him make him a half yard short. So 3rd and inches coming up for the Raiders. Again, if you're just tuning in, 31-9 is your score. Cowboys cruising to a victory here. They will move to 4-5-1. Yes, I'm already saying this in the third quarter because the Raiders have shown no life. As it's 3rd and 1, Smith is under center. Genty in the backfield, receiver to left, receiver to the right. And sending a man in motion, and now there is a flag. Smith pointing the Cowboys, but it's going to be false start. Now it's going to be 3rd and 5. Stone, Forsythe, the guilty party. Ideally, if your name's Stone, you are a great offensive lineman. But again, unfortunately, the Raiders, not the best offensive line. 3rd and 5.5. Smith in the shotgun. They need to get to the 48 for a brand new set of downs. As Smith drops back, looking over the middle, steps up, fires. It is caught at the 45. Bowers trying to extend and get there. He cannot. He's going to be about a yard short. And it's going to be 4th and 1. You have to assume the Raiders are going to go for it. I mean, it's a 22-point game. He can scheme for high school and college, but not the NFL game. Yeah, I completely agree. But yeah, I'm still, like, for me, again, it's more of a character thing. And to me, he just doesn't seem like he's a people person. Again, the Eagles stuff, of course, was a big thing. There was a lot of insight into that. Now, the Raiders can hire that Chinese coach, win one soon. Yeah. Yep. It's in the name, folks. That's why you should hire him. There is I don't know actually what happened. Looks like there was an injured Cowboy, Ezeraku, injured during the play, so they will step away for another commercial break. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Again, I know it's a blowout, and I know there's a lot of other people streaming this game. But again, I do appreciate you guys for hanging out for this one. And again, if you are not subscribed, make sure again to subscribe to the channel, folks. This is a fast-growing channel. Again, we hit 2,000 this weekend, and then we hit 2,100 this weekend as well. So it was a great, great weekend for the channel. So make sure again to like and subscribe and join a fast-growing sports channel. I think we all want sports, right? We all love sports. We all want it on our feed. All it is another sports channel for you, and a great one. And of course, feel free to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many people as I can. Chat is very important to the channel, so feel free to chat down below. But yeah, I mean, again, this is well, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. I'll think about another poll, I guess. I don't know. I'll have to think about something. I don't know. I'm just going to spam Steelers emotes in the chat, I guess. Not really spam it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of another question. Can't really ask if any of these teams will make the playoffs. I mean, really can just say the Cowboys. Again, the Raiders losing tonight. They'll drop into 2-8. And 9-8 is not going to get you in this year. It's not going to get you in. I think 10-7 for both conferences is the minimum. Maybe 9-8 as a divisional one. Maybe from the AFC North. AFC North, I could see 9-8, but that is only because everyone else stinks in that division. Steelers and Ravens are the only ones that'll compete for that. So I don't know. Maybe I can do a poll about the Cowboys. Let's see. Hold on, we'll get a poll here. All right, there is, okay, looks like he's okay. 4th and inches as Smith tosses to Genty. Genty cutting inside, making people miss, and he will have the first down. He needed a yard. He got a yard and a half. All right, this is what we'll do. We'll have, will the Cowboys make the playoffs? Check yes or check no. So there you go. There's the new poll. Will the Cowboys make the playoffs? Yes or no? 1st and 10. Smith in the pistol. 2 receivers to the left. 1 receiver to the right. Smith, play action. Rolling to his right. Fires. It is caught at the 50. He's at the 45 and steps out of bounds. Close. The line of gain. Actually going to mark him 2 yards short. That was Michael Meyer. The North has been off. Yeah, they have... Definitely, yeah. I mean, again, the Steelers had an opportunity there to keep keep a big lead, but they kind of blew it. So that's the Steelers, though. 2nd and 2, ball at the Dallas 43. Smith under center, sending a man in motion. As Smith drops back, fires, it's caught at the 43. He's at the 40, the 35, and brought down at the 32. That is Tucker. Trey Tucker on the catch, a 12-yard gain, and again, a Raider first down. Going with yes. Yeah, we got 75% with yes, 25% with no. Needed to go over 50.5. Well, I mean, it could happen. I think it very well may happen. 1st and 10. In the shotgun is Smith. Sending a man in motion. Smith swings it out. It is dropped. Trying to get it to Bowers for the screen, and Bowers just had Butterfingers. I think Week 18 versus the Ravens will determine the division winner. You know, you would like to think so, but I don't know. Maybe the Steelers are already eliminated there, because I was actually looking at that earlier. Not later. How can I look at it later? I was looking at it earlier. And looking at the potential Week 18 matchups, I saw that. I'm like, well, that'd be pretty cool if it is. But will the Steelers actually be even in contention? I don't know. As it's 2nd and 10, it's going to be a draw. And he's going to get a couple. That is Mostert. No, that is not. Yeah, it is Mostert. Mostert with a 2-yard gain. I think I saw Niners and the Seahawks or something like that. The NFC West could have it the last week of the season for the Sunday night game. 3rd and 8, ball at the 30 in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Smith sending a man in motion. Moving Genty up as Smith drops back. 4-man pressure, looking, fires. It is caught at the 19. That is Tyler Lockett with the catch, and that is a first down for the Raiders. Needed that one. Lockett needs about 5.5 more points. What do you prefer to call, a low-scoring game or lots of offense and points? Low scoring, it depends. If it's bad offense, I hate it. I hate it so much. If it's great defense, like that Packers-Eagles game, like, heck yeah, that is awesome. But I do prefer... more exciting is definitely a back-and-forth high-scoring game as Smith hands it off up the middle, and this is not working out as Genty had nowhere to go, a loss of 1. And as you can tell, again, my enthusiasm for this game is low because it's a blowout. You know, it's hard to stay. Like if I were the viewer, if I were a fan watching, you know, not doing the YouTube channel, I would have already turned this game off. I'm like, okay, well, that's it. I'll keep up on my phone every 12 minutes or so, or 15 minutes. I'll just check on what's going on. But I would have already turned this game off because it doesn't matter. As Smith steps up, and he's going to take off and run, and not going to get much as he's brought down to the 18. And I mean that it doesn't matter for like the Steelers. If the Raiders were, keeping in playoff position, maybe. But yeah. But if it's like a Ravens-Browns game and look like the Browns were coming back, we're assuming the Browns are down in the situation, and be honest, they would be, then okay, I would stay. But for the most part, no, I would have already checked out. I get what you mean. It's right there, but in reality, you have to be eligible at this point. Yep. Yeah, again, I feel like the Steelers are just trending down. Despite, again, the victory, I don't have much confidence. Without Rodgers, I don't have confidence. Avery, of course, loves the Cowboys. You keep Rodgers healthy, y'all will make the playoffs because y'all looking good. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't think so. I don't know. But he gives me hope. Everyone else does not. Because the defense, again, they can look so great. And you've seen them look really good the last, 2 of the last 3 weeks. Against the Colts, even against the Chargers, they looked fine. They weren't too bad. But I mean, we've seen this story. The Steelers are, usually have a good defense, but they fall apart at the end of the year, and they fall apart in the playoffs. So all these great performances, that's great. That's what they should be doing, but they don't do it in the playoffs, and that's my problem. That's my problem. That's why with Rodgers, I have hope. Without him, we have no chance. And I know there's a large section of the Steeler fan base that hates Rodgers, and I think that's more off the field stuff. And I heard the standing ovation, or not, I guess I'm assuming they were standing, but during the Steelers Bengals game when Rudolph came in the second half, the Heinz Field went crazy. They were excited. And I am like, these guys are stupid, because we've already seen what Mason Rudolph can do. We saw him in 2019. We saw him in 2023. And he played good in 2023, but what happened in the playoff game? Oh, that's right. We came out flat again. Oh, the defense looked pretty bad. With Rodgers, we have a chance. With Rudolph, I'm sorry. I'm pulling for him, of course, but there is just no way you can look at number 2 on the Steelers and think, oh, yeah, that's the guy. That's the one right there that's going to get us the first playoff win since 2016. We've already seen it. He can't do it. I'd like to be wrong, though, if he is the healthy quarterback. Cardinals games are good for Sunday afternoon nap outside over at halftime, so I wake up for the late game. This guy, you have to have more faith. But I understand. Smith in the shotgun, ball at the 19, throws over the middle. It's caught at the 15, and he's brought down at the 13. Gain of 6 for Bowers, as it's going to be 4th down now for the Raiders. You have to imagine, again, they're going to go for it. A lot of Cowboys fans in attendance. That's another thing, with these teams moving to Las Vegas and Los Angeles. Like, you are not going to be the favorite in your own. You're not going to dominate your home field. Like, this is an away game for the Raiders. 4th and 4, they're going for it. They need to get to the 9 for a brand new set it down. Smith in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers to the right. Smith drops back, looking over the middle, steps up. Smith's going to take off and run. He's at the 10, and he's going to slide down at the 6. That is a first down for the Raiders. Smith had nothing doing with his receivers, and he took off and run. That was a good move, and that is a first down for the Raiders. And Smith, again, sliding when, he's not trying to bait the Cowboy player like certain Chiefs or Bills quarterbacks will do. Really like to see that. 1st and goal at the 6. Trips to the right to 1 receiver to the left. Smith in the shotgun. Looking, swings it out to Tucker. Tucker at the 5, extending. He's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas Raiders. Their first touchdown of the game, as it's now a 2-score game with 13:22 left to go. Would have loved to see that go to Lockett for me, and of course Nick would have loved to see Genty or Bowers, but we all lose, Nick. You needed Genty and Bowers that go-to guys. I need to Lockett, Mr. Reliable. Nope, Trey Tucker. And we'll have to like it. Pending the extra point for Carlson, the snap, the hold, the kick. It's good. 31-16 is your score. Again, 13:22 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Cowboys, of course, still leading by 15, 2 scores. Yeah, Raiders in Vegas is basically Chargers in San Diego, aside from a few winning seasons. Qualcomm was always favored the road team. Really? I actually didn't know that. I thought San Diego loved their Chargers. That's actually shocking to me. I thought they were, because I know, again, like with the Chargers in Los Angeles, like it's always an away game for them. Same thing with the Rams. Even the Rams are about 50-50. But that was not the case in Oakland. And that's, I don't know, it's very sad to me. Very disappointing. But, money controls the NFL, sadly. It controls everything, but I hate it when they make it so obvious and put it in your face. Oh well. But again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure again to like and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. This is what I do, folks. I call games. So again, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure to do so. It is fast and free and easy to do. It is fast and free and easy to do. And of course, feel free to chat down below, talk about whatever you like, and try to respond to as many people as I possibly can. The chat is a very big part of the channel. They did, but towards the last few seasons, it was like a road game for the Chargers. Okay, I did not know that. I did not know that. Huh. Well, let me, what were the records? I'm kind of curious now. I am just a curious guy here. Let's see. Oh, I see why they're bad. They went 4-12, 5-11. Then they said, "See ya. We're off to LA." Coach McCoy. Who was that? Was that Mike McCoy? Yeah, Mike McCoy. That guy. Mike McCoy. Oh, he's the interim coach now? I didn't even know that. He's the interim coach now in Tennessee. Huh. I did not know Coach McCoy was the interim coach. Wow. Norv Turner. Yeah, he was pretty good for a while there. That's rough. Then they didn't make the playoffs for 3 years. Then they fired him. Wow. If only the Steelers would do that. Fielded at the 5. He's at the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, 30. Turpin, he's at the 40 and pushed out of bounds at the 42. This game is boring. Oh, I totally get it. It's I don't know if it's boring, but it's just one-sided, and I think that's yeah. I could see why you'd say it's boring. I didn't know Coach McCoy was in Tennessee. That's interesting. All right, 1st and 10 for the Cowboys. They're going to be at their own 43. As Prescott is under center. Receiver to left, receiver to the right. As Prescott hands it off, and Williams breaking the tackle. He's at the 45 and brought down at the 46 for a gain of 3. Javonte Williams crossing 70 yards. Some teams are just that lucky. Yeah, no, if only. I don't know if you're referring to the Tomlin thing or not, but yeah. Like Turner doesn't make the playoffs for 3 years after, winning playoff games, and then he's fired. Tomlin doesn't make, he doesn't win a playoff game for 8 years. Oh, it's all good, buddy. It's all good, man. Prescott tosses to Williams. Williams cutting inside and really not finding much inside as he finds Crosby for nothing. It's the same in Arizona. A lot of transplants here. They move here and root for the place they just left. Yeah, it's fair. To be fair, yeah. I'm going to be a Steeler fan wherever I go. That must be rough. 3rd and 7. Prescott in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Prescott drops back to pass. Throws over the middle. It is dropped. by Turpin, incomplete. And it's going to be 4th down. So I'm still in the lead technically in my other fantasy league for my main one by 1 point still. One more completion, though. I'm sure it's over. Telling the Steelers, yeah. It's unfortunate. Best fans, home and away. Dallas, San Fran, Pittsburgh, Las Vegas. Well, Las Vegas not anymore. Maybe at one point. Dallas. I mean, I don't know about that one. Here is the punt. That's going to bounce at the 20. Rolling at the 10. Tucker takes it at the 5. He's running backwards. What is he doing? As he's brought down at the 2. Tucker panicked. Oh, my goodness. Tucker. Yeah, oh, my gosh. Well, the Raiders going to have their work cut out for them on this drive. As, again, they're going to start at the 2. Jeez, next Monday night NFL game is going to be a great game. What was it again? Panthers and Niners? Should be a better game. Yeah, no, the Panthers, again, kind of a pleasant surprise. And, of course, I'm glad I'll be able to finally cover the Panthers. So, yeah, again, I've covered everybody except for the Panthers. The Raiders are 0 for 2 when I cover them. They're going to drop to 0 for 3. 0 and 3. Well, I mean, if the Raiders actually score here, could make it a little interesting. Cowboys 0 and 1. 0 and 1 when I cover. So somebody's going to get their first win. That's right. I wanted to tally up because I feel like I've actually covered more NFC than the AFC, which is shocking to me because I like the AFC much more. Of course, again, I'm a Steelers fan. It was like that for when I covered baseball. I covered, of course, a lot of the Pirates, but not all the time. And I would cover pretty much mostly NL. I really didn't cover the AL at all, but for the NFL, it's been balanced. So, interesting. Let's see here. 7, 8, 9, 15, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 28, 31, 34, 36, 38, 42 for the AFC. That's wins and losses, so that's, I guess, 26 games. So 2. Well, no, I guess that's... No, that's not it. That'd be... No, that's... What am I talking about? I already forgot the number I said. Whatever. 6, 10, 11, 13, 15, 17, 21, 24, 25, 27, 28. Gosh, 34, 37, 39, 41. So I've covered more AFC, but barely. Did I tally that right? Is that an odd number with an even number? Did I do 43 or 41? I miscounted somewhere. Look at me go. Look at my single-digit IQ. Really, next Monday night, tonight is a good game. I don't know about tonight being a good game. If it was a good game, I would let you know. I don't think it is a great game personally. We'll see though. Maybe the Raiders can make it a good one here. 1st and 10 at the 2 as Smith is under center. And a lot of movement and a lot of nothing. Let me actually double check here. Okay. Okay, well, I definitely am missing a tally somewhere because that adds up to 93. 1st and 11 for the Raiders as he hands it off up the middle. Genty trying to get out of the end zone. Oh, I don't know if he did. Dallas saying safety. It is a safety. Oh, my goodness. I just realized I'm still on the schedule over here, folks. Wow. Well, there you go. They couldn't get out. Again, it's thanks to Tucker moving backwards on the punt return. Oh, my gosh. That's close. Did he get the ball? Oh, he got it out. He got it out. Well, I guess the whole ball has to be out, huh? Or no? How does that work? Does the whole ball have to be out? Does the whole ball have to be out or no? I actually don't know that rule. I guess it has to be. Oh, well. Heard the Giants wanted to hire Tomlin. Yeah, no, I heard it too. I don't know if it's a serious rumor, but I will gladly take it. I'm sure we can work something out. So I'm going to have to look at the tallies again later. That's kind of a bummer. I don't know what the heck, where I missed it, but I did miss a tally somewhere. But, yeah. That's a safety, so that is, again, no bueno. As, again, this is now back to a 3-score game, and you could say it's a blowout. 3-score games, really hard to get 3 scores in a row. Raiders are going to try an onside kick for what it's worth. The whole ball must be out. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you, Nick. I actually wasn't too sure on that one, so I appreciate that. So, yeah, the Raiders are going to be declaring the onside kick. Again, that is stupid. Just ruins the element of surprise, which, honestly, on a safety, you really shouldn't be allowed to onside kick anyway, because, I mean, you have to give it back to him on a punt. But apparently you can now. So they're going to be at their own 20. Oh, my gosh. They don't get this. You're handing Dallas at least a free 3 points, essentially. At their own 20. Oh, my gosh. So I wonder if can you declare an onside kick and still, I guess you can kick it off regular, huh? Straight into the air. And fielded at the 7. Or 37, pardon me. I don't even know what that was all about. Not really an onside kick. I don't know. That was weird. All right, it's going to be 1st and 10 here at the, I guess the Raider 35. It's what it's saying on the screen. I don't know if that's necessarily the case. Oh, you can't kick it past the 45. So you apparently you can't. They answered my question. Apparently you're not allowed to kick it past the 45 on an onside kick. That's, again, the NFL. I can't stand you, NFL. You are not fun anymore, honestly. 1st and 10 at the 38. Prescott in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Prescott looking around, the Raiders and everyone just looking around as the referees are stopping play here for something. All right, Prescott. I think he's saying Ice Debbie. I don't even know. 1st and 10 in the shotgun is Prescott. He takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. This is Williams, and he is brought down at the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Javonte Williams at 74 yards, slowly getting there to 100. I don't know if he will at this point. You think he would have earlier. But it's definitely slowed a little bit. Still having a good night, 4 yards a carry. As it's 2nd and 7 for the Cowboys. Ball at the 35. Prescott in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Prescott setting a man in motion, drops back, looking over the middle, fires. It is caught at the 30. Oh, there's a fumble, and it's recovered by the Cowboys. They're going to say he was down anyway. So 3rd and 1 coming up, as they're going to say he was a yard short. That was CeeDee Lamb on the catch. And he was indeed down. All right, 3rd and 1 for the Cowboys. Prescott under center. Sending a man in motion, and looks like the Cowboys are going to call timeout. Looks like they didn't like something the Raiders were doing. I don't know. But all right, 33-16, 10-17 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Schottenheimer doesn't like something. I don't know what he doesn't like. Again, just really, it's been domination by the Cowboys. Again, 252 yards. I mean, 4 touchdowns for Dak. It has been a one-sided affair, folks. It really has been. It has been a terrible game. Prescott hands the ball off up the middle of the fullback. He's got the first down, crossing the 25, brought down at the 24. That is a Cowboy first down. As we're approaching the 10-minute mark in this one again, 33-16. Cowboys looking for 40 points. Pickens coming back in the game. He's had a nice night, 144 yards, 9 catches, and a touchdown. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys, looking to chew the clock and, of course, punch it in. Prescott takes a snap, play action, rolling to his left, fires. It is caught at the 25 and dropped immediately. As it looks like actually going to give him to the line of scrimmage there, so no gain on the play for Turpin. Cowboys have the next 2 years, 1st-round drafts from the Green Bay. Yep, no, they do, and they're set up all right. Again, the trade wasn't as bad as most people were saying initially. It was definitely a shock. But it was, I guess it was just a question, like, if Jerry wants to win now, like, well, what was that all about? But long term, not really a bad trade. As it's 2nd and 10, Prescott hands it off up the middle. He's at the 20, the 15, and brought down at the 11. Williams just straight up the guts. That is a first down, but there is a late flag. Crosby pointing to Dallas. Looks like they're moving backwards after the play. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness on the offense. Number 52. So they got the first down, but it is going to be... They're going to back them up 15. I think it's a stupid rule when you have to tell the referee who is eligible receiver when you could have a trick play. Yeah, that's fair. So at the end of the play, Booker just laying the boom for no reason. What the heck was Booker doing? Plays over, decides to just push the guy to the ground. 1st and 10 at the 26. Prescott in the shotgun. Trips left to one receiver to the right. I guess the only reason I would kind of like push back a little bit, Jerry, is I think the way the NFL is now, there's already way too many benefits for the offense. So I don't know. If that were a proposed rule, I think I would probably vote against it until, of course, defense has a chance to compete. So, again, if we were just refer back to pre-2008 rules, yeah, then that's fine. I would consider that one for sure. 1st and 10. Prescott in the shotgun, takes the snap and play action looking. It's going to be a screen to Ferguson. Ferguson's at the 25, the 20, and he's going to get a few there. Gain of 7. Prescott just needs 1 more yard passing, and I will lose my fantasy football game. I'm just eyeing that yardage. Ferguson with the face mask there, but nothing was called. So 2nd and 3, ball at the 19.5. Prescott in the shotgun, sending a man in motion. Prescott hands it off to Williams up the middle, and he's going to get stuffed. So he's tackled at the 18-yard line. 3rd and 2 coming up for the Cowboys. Again, 7:15 and counting. Cowboys just chewing the clock, and that's all they really need to do. Of course, I imagine 40 points is a nice goal for them. Prescott, again, 23 for 30, 259 and 4 touchdowns. So, again, a very efficient, very good night for Prescott. Dominating on the bad teams. It's usually what he does. Don't ask him to do this against a good team. It won't happen. 3rd and 2, Prescott in the shotgun. Prescott takes the snap, looking over the middle, fires. It is caught at the 15. And CeeDee Lamb gets the first down as I officially lose in fantasy football to drop me to 9-2 in my number 1 league. And now I will not have sole possession of first. I think I think I beat the 2nd place guy, so I think it's head-to-head. So I'll still have the number 1 seed for now, but man, my team is not feeling as good anymore in recent weeks. So 1st and 10 for the Cowboys, ball at the 13. Prescott is under center, receiver left, receiver to the right. As Prescott takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. He's at the 10, leaning forward at the 9, and that's where he's brought down. That is Williams on the carry. He's at 92 yards. Again, he is closing in on 100. Cowboys will have to have the ball again. No, I guess if he gets the rest of the 9 yards, he'll get over 100 here, but I don't know if that's what they'll do. And the Cowboys doing a good job of chewing the clock, doing America a favor. Maybe they are America's team, at least for tonight, trying to get this game over with. 5:30 and counting as Prescott is in the shotgun. Tight ends in tight to the left, 3 of them. Prescott drops back, looking, fires. It is caught at the 7 and pushed out of bounds at the 6. That is Spawn Ford with his first catch of the day. First time I've said his name. Now it's 3rd and 2 for the Cowboys as the clock now under 5 minutes. Again, 33-16, Cowboys looking for 40. 10 plays, 33 yards. Wow. That is not really the most... I mean, I guess it's an efficient drive, I guess. I don't know how you'd really look at it. 10 plays, 33 yards. 6 minutes off the clock. 3rd and 2. Prescott under center as he takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, leaning forward as Williams. The tush push, I guess, happening, but to no avail. Brought down after a yard. Number 1 pick, here we come. Yeah, I'm sorry, True Raider. That's a rough one tonight. This is a rough one for sure. We'll say, though, I mean, you can't actually, not to actually damage anything, but the Titans, I think, have the number 1 pick right now. They're showing Mark Davis there with his girlfriend, I think, that clearly loves him for the personality. As there is a timeout, somebody. Timeout Dallas. Looks like they're going to try to go for it, I guess. Please score Williams. They may go to him here. I don't know. It's 4th and 2 at the 4. The Raiders, since moving to Las Vegas, they have struggled. Again, they had John Gruden, Rich Bisaccia, which I thought was a great interim coach. Josh McDaniels, that didn't work out. Antonio Pierce, that didn't work out. And then, of course, Pete Carroll, and that may not work out. Probably not. Raiders have only won 41% of their games. Of course, only one playoff appearance, losing to the eventual AFC champion Bengals. So the Raiders have really struggled. As again, Mark Davis he's just not his dad at the end of the day. That is what it is. Prescott in the shotgun, 2 receivers right, 1 receiver to the left. Prescott sending Lamb in motion. As Prescott takes the snap, looking, fires. It is dropped by Lamb. Lamb was wide open, and he could not hold on. Prescott looking at the screen. He can't believe it. He was as wide open There was nobody on him. Prescott's still looking at the screen. He's like, what happened? Would have been a nice day for Prescott. I mean, it's still going to be a nice day. All right, 3:56 actually left on the game clock here. Again, 33-16 is your score. Cowboys going to be winning. They'll be moving to 4-5-1. Raiders going to be 2-8, and they will most likely not officially eliminated, but pretty much eliminated. Again, I don't think 9-8 gets you in unless you're the AFC North champion. Because again, the AFC Wild Cards. Now again, maybe a lot of people beat up on each other. I just think there's way too many. I mean, there's not that many. Like, look at it. Like 7-3. I mean, they're probably going to get 3 more wins. 6-4. I mean, I could see the Jaguars finishing 3-3. I could. And then the Chargers again. Do they finish 2-4? Probably not. So I don't think 9-8 gets you in the AFC. And then for the NFC, you have a 7-3 team, a 7-4 team, 6-3-1, 6-4. So again, I don't think 9-8 gets you in unless you're the NFC South champion. So really, again, the AFC North champion, NFC South champion, maybe 9-8. Everyone else will have 10 wins for sure, barring some amazing chokes down the road. What about John Gruden for Raiders coach? Yeah, no, he was good too. Gruden wasn't too bad. He was kind of done in by the scandal or whatever. Again, Goodell or whatever. That was all dumb. That was all dumb. He kind of got messed over. I was hoping Gruden could take down the NFL, but I should have known better. Would have been nice to see Goodell get out of there. I'm tired of Goodell. I mean, but again, is he really like the problem? No, it's just everything else. Goodell's just a puppet. But yeah, he's bad, though. He needs to go for sure. But yeah, no, Gruden was good. Definitely would love to, hey, if he was the coach of the Steelers, I think it'd be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Tomlin, I think, coached under Gruden, too. As, Smith's going to be in the shotgun. 1st and 10 at the 5. Smith drops back, swings it out to Genty. Genty is at the 7, cuts inside, and is brought down at the 9. That's a gain of 4. Genty, 6 catches, 27 yards. 2nd and 5, they're going to give him 5 there. That's a very generous spot. He wasn't even close to the 10, but I guess you're going to give the Raiders a yard. I'm trying to make it interesting down the stretch. Maybe cut the, I don't know. Actually, I don't know why they would. 2nd and 5, ball at the 10. Gino fires. It is caught at the 14. And that is it. He's not going to get much more. Gain of 4. Brock Bowers, 7 catches, 72 yards. In this one, nice day for a PPR league, 14 points. 31 coming up for the Raiders, ticking under 3 minutes to go. This game, the first half took a while. Second half, not necessarily the case. Looks like that really sped up. Cowboys doing, again, a service to us all. 3rd and 1, Smith in the shotgun, drops back, looking over the middle, and he is trying to escape, throws, almost intercepted, but not able to make the catch is the Cowboy defender. I didn't realize I was watching it on the local. Let me actually go back to the ESPN one. All right, 4th and 1, Smith is under center, sending a man in motion. Smith, play action, looking to his left. He's under pressure, and down he goes. That's a sack. And that will pretty much do it. It's going to be Cowboys 1st and goal at the 6. Jerry Jones happy. I mean, that is unfortunate for the Raiders. Just a bad performance, and if you're a Raiders fan, you'll be hosting the Browns next week. Browns again have a great defense, and it might be Shador in his first ever start. So, I mean, you gonna? I mean, how are you gonna look against Shador, who looked pretty terrible, atrocious, honestly? As looks like the Cowboys gonna take a knee, and now there's a flag. How's there a flag on victory formation again? It's interesting because 12 players on the defense. Oh my goodness, too many men on the field on a knee attempt. I don't know how you do that, but the Raiders have somehow done that. Wow, that's pretty bad. All right, first and goal at the 3. Cowboys, again, they are okay with kneeling it out. I guess it's not really a winding clock since the clock was stopped. Prescott under center. Looks like he's going to take a knee. And, yep, he does take a knee. Looks like Crosby trying to jump the snap. You better chill out. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Again, 33-16. Again, looks like they're just going to kneel it out. As, again, this was just a atrocious game. But, what can you do? Let's see if I ended up winning in the other one. Cowboys defense had a pretty good day. Did they get enough? Did they make up for Lockett? Looks like I'm actually tied. Prescott didn't pass. Now, I think the tiebreaker is bench points. Oh, he's going to beat me on bench points. Unbelievable. I had 96. Man. Brissett had Brissett on the bench, 49 points. All right, let's look at the other one. Did the defense come through? Oh wow, looks like I'm not going to get that either. That is devastating. Going to lose by point. No, actually no, I'm going to lose by 5. Okay. What am I doing? Oh well. Well, hey, at least I got the pick 'em right. Yay me, I guess, huh? He looked like garbage. Give it to Williams. He deserves it. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think so. Again, I'll move to 163. That's pretty all right, I guess. Again, I should be in the 90 percentile. A really rough week. 3-11. I mean, that is not good. That is by far the worst I think I've ever had. So, do I go and pick some upsets this week? Houston hosting the Bills. You know, call me crazy. I'm going to probably pick the Texans. Call me crazy. I'm probably going to pick the Texans over the Bills. Bills came off again a big win against the Buccaneers. The Texans with a great defense. They made Josh Allen look silly last year. I mean, Josh Allen did not have a good game last year against the Texans. Was that 2 years ago? Let me actually look at that. Josh Allen. I love this website. By the way, again, if you're the ultimate football fan, go to Pro Football Reference. It has it all. It really does. Game log. Let's just do career that way. I don't have to. That's 2018. I think 2024. Houston. Yeah, he was 9 for 30 last year against the Texans. Now, they almost won that game somehow, 23-20. He was 9 for 30, 131 and a touchdown. Man. I didn't realize Allen threw 2 picks against the Bills. He's had 7 picks on the year. Ooh, he might have double-digit picks. In today's world, that's actually not that good. You don't do that. You don't do that in today's NFL. That means you might have a problem throwing the ball. As Prescott is going to take his second knee. Again, the Cowboys just going to kneel it out. Now, they're going to have to... They're going to actually... Well, the Raiders, I guess, will have a chance to get some more points. Maybe Tyler Lockett gets something going, you know? Or maybe the defense gets a pick 6. And there is the knee. And again, the Cowboys I guess they'll kick a field goal here, or do they actually run a play here? Just take a knee. That would actually be kind of interesting. Kind of, you can say it's disrespectful to take a knee 4th and goal at the 6, but then it's also like maybe good sportsmanship. Not like, hey, you know what? We're good. Texans are better at home. It depends what the spread says. If it's low, fishy, take Houston. The spread is 5.5. Looks like the Cowboys going to take a knee with 38 seconds left. The Raiders will have the ball with 36 seconds. Down to the Raiders just take a knee. Sean and I were telling, hey guys, the clock doesn't continue to run on a 4th down. So just feed some Tyler Lockett here. And I will gladly steal one away over there. Would have been cool if Dak Prescott would have fumbled the exchange there. He would have lost a few points in fantasy. All right, 1st and 10 for the Raiders. It looks like Smith's going to take a knee. Wow. Well, may as well, I guess. All right, well, that's going to do it. That is your final score, 33-16. The Cowboys with a blowout win over the Raiders. Most Monday Night Football wins of all time. The Cowboys moving to 3rd place with 51. 2nd place, the 49ers with 53. And in 1st place, a team up in Pittsburgh, not too familiar with them, they have 54. Pittsburgh something. Pittsburgh what? Pittsburgh Steelers, I believe. All right, well, I'm sorry. That was pretty pathetic, but it is what it is. Appreciate you guys again for hanging out. To make sure, again, to like and subscribe before you go. Again, I do appreciate you guys for hanging out for this one. Again, not really a great game, but I guess it is what it is. But, yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Again, I'll be on tomorrow, and that will probably be a blowout as well. Another blowout. UMass and Ohio. The spread in that one, 32.5. We're pulling for a close game. That's what we're doing for. We're pulling that Massachusetts is going to shock the world tomorrow in Athens, Ohio. Unbelievable. That is what's happening. Good night, gaming. We appreciate you for tuning in again. Not a great game at all, but I do appreciate you guys tuning in. As, yeah. Hopefully this one's good tomorrow, but probably not. But yeah, I will catch you guys later. You guys have a great rest of your night, and y'all take care. And have a good night. Peace. Peace from Dr. Delay. Peace. And again, I can confirm, I don't know if there's anyone still here, but I'll actually be doing my Q&A session on Wednesday. That'll be early in the morning. I might be doing that for a few hours, so I don't know when that'll be, but yeah, so that's what I'll do. Again, what I'll be doing is I'll just be playing video games in the background, so there'll be some background noise, I guess. I don't know. It'll be some sports games, maybe Fortnite, maybe I play Call of Duty. I actually don't know yet. I don't know what game specifically, but I'll be hanging out. It's gonna be it's kind of like a experimental stream and see how it does, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So, but yeah, I'll catch you later. Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you again, Avery. Appreciate it. Miss Bowers night, Fields on Thursday night. Have a good night. Yeah, that is unfortunate, Nick. But yeah, no, I totally get it. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Y'all take care. Stay safe out there. Peace and good night.